It's got to be.
All right. We're live.
Oh, we
Say
are.
what's up? Yeah.
All right.
Hi. Welcome. So Chicago just takes
Trade.
the receiver, Odunze.
Trade.
Minnesota moves
Minnesota
up.
moves up. One
Good
pick.
timing. The
One pick.
Vikings pulling to Chicago here, moving up one pick, which is, I guess,
Perfect.
you're afraid someone else was going to trade with the Jets instead. I don't know. I go on my Twitter here to make sure that we're live.
What's the cost of moving from 11 to 10? I probably should have my laptop.
I mean, when they went from, was it 3 to 2? Or was it 4 to 3 to get Trubisky? I can't remember. It was like a 4th round pick, I think, or a 3rd round pick, maybe.
Graphic value trade. Which one is the one? Is it the Jimmy Johnson or is it the?
I usually go by the Jimmy Johnson. Hey, there we are. We're live.
Yeah, so it's moving from 11 to 10 is 150. So that'll cost you a third.
So it appears the Vikings will take McCarthy, right?
Yes.
I mean, it has
Can't
to
be anyone else. They're not. And I'm cool with it. Like, I wanted Chicago to take a receiver and ignore their offensive line.
Okay.
Mission
so you're going
accomplished.
A 4th and a 5th.
4th and a 5th to move, and they get a 6th
A
back.
pick swap, 6 to 5, and then a 4th round pick to move up one. Good deal for New York. I feel like, I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
Minnesota must have really been scared here that the Jets were moving further out.
Well, yeah, because the Jets are going to take the player that they were going to take at 11 no matter what.
Yeah.
Or at 10 here. They're not going to take McCarthy.
All right, let me just share the YouTube link onto Twixer here in case anybody wants to comment. All right. So if you are watching us, this is going to be more Manning cast style where we're just going to kind of watch along and hopefully we get some guys to jump in or gals. Maybe we have a female viewer
We
or
have
two.
all kinds of very emotional females upstairs.
Oh yeah, it's
I mean, so first 9 picks in so far,
10 straight offensive players.
all offensive, and what's the biggest surprise to you? I mean, for me, it's Penix.
Penix, yeah, is
They
the
just-
big
I mean,
one.
They gave Kirk Cousins $100 million guaranteed, turned around and drafted his replacement.
Could be the smart move.
Using that Packers blueprint.
But what is interesting to me is that earlier in the season, like the college season, we did see Penix getting mocked in
Oh, yeah.
top 10-ish, 15, top 15-ish. And then,
He snuck back in there.
yeah, as the
Like a
process
week ago.
went on, it's like, oh, he's a 2nd round pick. And then, I'm wondering, okay, well, what changed then? It's obviously
what
the
changed?
production was there.
Did you watch the national championship game?
Yeah.
The one game, that'll do it, huh?
Yeah, it was the first time you've seen anything like an NFL defense in speed. And I'm not saying Michigan's an NFL defense, but they are. And Washington doesn't have the guns to go against that
No.
Michigan team,
But they
but
don't have the offensive line.
they did have a top 10 wide receiver just go.
Yeah.
But it's also interesting that they
They have
yeah.
they have the guard that's going to get drafted. They had
Both their tackles are going to get
drafted
drafted.
tackles to be drafted. Oh, what am I doing? I'm slacking on the. Got to get to the Zen, man.
Yeah,
It's not on the Zen.
the Zen is good. I feel like the Zen was made for an episode of Seinfeld. Seinfeld
damn.
still existed. Like Jerry and
Zen.
George would definitely like the Zen.
Should probably retweet your tweet, huh?
Kramer would come in and be like, "Oh no, you can't do the Zen, Jerry." All right, I just tweeted out the YouTube link. Hopefully,
The one other thing I want to say is I don't know how active you've been on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. How active you've been on Twitter, but crowd turned out tonight for Detroit.
Oh yeah, huge.
Massive crowd.
They were sold out before the draft had even started.
Best thing the NFL ever did was moving this thing out of Radio City Music Hall and moving it
Oh,
around.
yeah. I'll be there next year.
Live on site.
Yeah, I will be there. I will be there. The whole fam's gonna go. They have all kinds of like kids activities where it's like punt, pass, kick, and like flag football for kids. They got all kinds of stuff. It's like a whole shebang. They don't do it on the first round day. They do it on the Saturday.
The Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, initially it was kind of like, I don't know, the draft is one of those things that I love to watch and experience, but I don't know if it'd be good in person. But
It's
I
a
was
one-
talking about it with
it's a
my
one-
boss today. Like, it's when else would I do it? It's not like I'm going to make a trip to go somewhere to do it. So it's like, if I can just drive and then drive home, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
And if it's not if it's the greatest thing ever, you go every year, or you try to go as much as you can. If it's not something, you went there once. It's
you
bucket
know
list
what
thing.
the move might be?
It's WrestleMania.
Go to day 2 where it's way less packed. Kids will be able to do more stuff. Like, maybe
Yeah.
that's the move.
Day 2, day 3. So day 3 is the big kid friendly day, where they have like
They just let kids run
just
around
let
the
kids
stage.
like doing shit
The
basically.
kids are announcing the picks.
Well, I think the thing about it being in Green Bay next year is the rumor is that they're going to do this. They're going to do the draft in the stadium.
In Lambeau?
They're going to do it in Lambeau
Well, that'd be, I mean, that would be
Because-
worth it for a lot of people just to get on the field.
because the problem they're having is the punt, pass, and kick. They're all their stuff all around.
It's going to take up all your
That's
space.
going to be the space where they could do it. Like they could maybe do it on the football field in Titletown District. But
What about like the
that's
Resch
all they
Center?
have.
They could probably
The rush center, they have the practice fields,
yeah,
but they also need the parking spots. So it's very difficult to find that.
It's going to be
location.
hilarious if it is just a big shit show.
Oh, I don't think I agree. When does that organization put on a shit show?
That's true.
Like everything that Murphy has done has been like the toppest of all notches.
Here, let's turn up the volume for Minnesota's pick here. This is right.
JJ McCarthy.
Your battle with cancer.
Oh, Jesus.
Cancer-
Damn it. I turned it up right at Zachary died. Come on. Can't do me like that,
We
Roger.
salute him and thank his family and TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, which offers care to those grieving the loss of a military loved one.
Roger is feeling the pain. killer.
Oh, he is definitely.
He's
He's
learning
something.
Who will announce the pick in honor is
I was thinking about this on the way over here tonight. I was like, if I was the commissioner of the NFL, first of all, I wouldn't be here because I'd be making $15 million a year. But second of all, I wouldn't be calling the draft. I would do something. I don't need the publicity. Like,
Here we
why
go.
go up there just to get booed?
JJ McCarthy.
There it is. Thank you, Minnesota.
Captain Game Manager.
Christian
Hey.
Ponder Part 2.
That's Minnesota's game plan.
Gotta
That's
love
all
it.
Kirk Cousins was. He's the ultimate game manager.
I mean, I don't see it.
And that's
Top
why they
10
don't have.
pick.
That's why they don't have a Super Bowl.
Top 10 pick on a game manager. Okay. Family
So-
looks happy.
Let's think back.
I mean,
When
come
has
on. They show
Minnesota-
his scouting report. First thing they say is winner. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, well, look at the next word, efficient.
Yeah.
That's code for game manager.
So, and then they put
Alex Smith,
yeah, they're going to
also
put up.
ultimate game manager.
Well, they're going to put a best case scenario when they show like the scouting reports here. So your top notch, your ceiling is Alex Smith, and you're going top 10 for that. I don't know, man.
He had like I want to say second or third fewest attempts of first round quarterback.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, this is
Well,
like
that's Harbaugh. That's Harbaugh offense.
who was the perennial backup from Alabama that won a bunch of titles? He's so remarkable, we can't remember his freaking name.
No, I know what you're talking about.
AJ
McCarron.
AJ
McCarron.
McCarron. Like, you take an AJ McCarron with a top 10 pick? Okay.
AJ McCarron was also like 5'11".
I mean, McCarthy's not huge. I think the person he can thank most is probably Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh was nonstop talking about this guy, trying to make him some money. And he did. Good for him. We got a Vikings fan joining us.
Yeah. Yes.
Not happy.
Good night. Okay, go upstairs. Go.
They just compare JJ McCarthy to CJ Stroud.
Oh wow.
Not even close. Not even
CJ Stroud comparison to
Not
JJ.
even close.
I mean, they both have blank J. Like I don't
Right,
initials.
they're both from the Big Ten.
We got a message from Mr. Andrew in Arizona that's sending us a Marvin Harrison Jr. jersey. Yeah, we get it. You got your guy. Good for you. Calm down.
So yeah, when
Congrats on Andre Johnson.
Yeah, good player.
I did text you guys on the way over because I said Wayne Larrabee was hilarious tonight on 97.3 when I was driving. When the Cardinals were on the clock, he actually comes out and says, well, they might trade out of this. And then Larrabee jumps in and goes, well, if they trade out of it and they don't pick Harrison, they're idiots. Which, I mean, yes, the Cardinals are idiots, but also they did the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think
Saving
Marvin
up
Harrison Jr.
spectacular.
is your Calvin Johnson, your
No.
T.O., your Randy Moss. I think he's like a perennial Pro Bowl player for sure.
Very good. Very good player.
But if someone is going to give you a king's ransom, you're talking multiple ones in the future, God, I would have to do that deal.
More bullets. The more bullets you get, the more early bullets you get.
And if you don't need a quarterback, I thought
So
Joe
wait,
Alt was the
so-
guy this year.
Hold on, let's go back to Marvin Harrison. He may not be Calvin Johnson like the difference maker, but Larry Fitzgerald was never really the difference maker on the field. He was a very good wide receiver for a very long time.
I think Larry Fitzgerald is one of the best wide receivers.
But was he ever like that freak athlete that could change a game?
Nobody was dominant.
Yeah, I don't think he was like a field tilter, but production-wise, like
He was
you
not.
couldn't beat someone.
So
like
you're telling
that.
me you wouldn't use the fourth pick on Larry Fitzgerald?
No, I would. I'm not saying that.
I don't know if I
I
see Harrison in that kind of category.
I think he's much closer to Andre Johnson.
Yeah, I love that comp actually. The athleticism is there.
Mhm.
One thing though I will say about Harrison, and this happens a lot, is when
Jets,
guys play forever. Hold on, we're gonna do the Jets pick.
Jets
and then
pick's
I'll,
coming up. It's going to be Bowers, right?
I think it's Bowers. I believe it's going to be Bowers.
hopefully
They're so stupid if they don't take a cap. But I think they're trying for immediate impact.
hopefully it's a rookie pass catcher that Rodgers can ignore. Here we go.
The New York Jets select Olu Fashanu.
Smart pick.
Holy shit, the Jets did something smart.
In the direction of
So they get arguably the second best tackle in this
You got to
draft.
protect that experimentally repaired Achilles.
His Achilles wasn't repaired; it was treated, or like how would he put it? He wasn't.
immunized.
How would be the version of immunized for his repaired Achilles? It was
Self-healed.
so,
It was self-healed.
dolphins banging or whatever it was. No, I do like this pick for the Jets. That's I don't like that they were smart with it because fuck Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, I was saying about Harrison. One thing that I think happened to him, and it happens from time to time, where if you have somebody that is playing a lot as a young player and dominant as a young player, you have so much tape on this guy. And I think because you have so much tape on him, it's really easy to like say, well, look at all the negative plays, or look at, let's just focus on the negative because there's so much tape. Whereas if you have a guy who's a late bloomer, like a Jaden Daniels, let's say, you're just going to focus on this is the new exciting guy. Like, look at, and you don't have all that tape. So it happened with Deshaun Watson was the name that came to mind where he slipped, where I'm going, okay, guy looks like a number one overall pick to me, but he played so much as a freshman
Mhm.
that it seemed like the more that he played,
Yeah.
again, the focus just becomes on the negative.
So there's a term for this that you use with baseball, and it's called prospect fatigue. You get, the more that you look at somebody, the more you critique them out, and you look for the negatives. It's a relatively normal thing to do. It's prospect fatigue. At one point, Bryce Terang was the number one high school baseball player in the country, and he slipped. Like, he was projected during the Terang draft to go like top 3, like even potentially as a 1-1 guy, and he slipped all the way to the Brewers, and people are celebrating.
I remember you selling me Terang, yeah.
Terang. That's because prospect fatigue. Because there's so much tape, there's so much scouting, there's so much work that's being done that you're over scrutinizing people.
All right. So who's up now? Denver.
Denver's on the clock. Who are we thinking for Denver?
Bo Nix.
You think they're gonna
You're
go
buying
Knicks?
into the Knicks hype, huh?
I'm buying the Knicks. Or they're going to trade back to
We
the
got
20s and try and take Knicks.
we got Dallas Turner, Quentin Mitchell, Tyrion Arnold, Latu on.
They're
Brock
not.
Bowers
They're not
on the
going
clock.
corner. Not going corner. Definitely not going corner with Sertan.
Those are just the top five.
They could go O line. They got Garrett Bowles, but Bowles is like 25 or 26 when he got drafted. Are we unmuting for the picks? Is that the plan here?
I think that's kind of the plan. Yeah. Yeah, at
They
least.
could go wide out. I mean, they're just saying Jerry Judy got traded. And maybe they go wide out.
Brian Thomas.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, I think once you get out of the top 10, that's when the consensus starts to go away a little bit. It starts to get a little bit rocky.
Yeah, you want Fitz. How pissed are you if you're the Raiders, though?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably thinking, okay, we'll get our guy,
we're gonna get Knicks.
and then, well, I heard Penix for them. Now they may not get Knicks either. So one of you guys was saying that there was late rumors that Spencer Rattler might sneak into the first round.
Potentially gonna sneak into the first. It's because everybody was saying there's gonna be 6 that are gonna go in the top 5 or the top half of the draft. Right? Is it 6?
Can we talk about how great this draft board is falling for the Packers? So,
Yeah, if you're watching this as a Packers fan, I think you have to like what you're seeing so far.
Don't. This sounds.
Jumped the gun. But that was a little early on that.
I mean, particularly if you're a Mustard fan.
Thinned out quite a bit.
Let's see. This is I saw Quinion Mitchell as high as 12 in some
I
mocks
don't think
here.
Denver's
So
gonna take a quarterback.
Denver's not taking that corner.
Um,
O-line, OT, maybe Bowers,
sleeper, they could go Murphy.
maybe. I think that's the best player in the draft. So
If they go Knicks, this is going to be the Christian Ponder draft all over. Jake Locker, Christian Ponder draft all over again, where these guys are just getting overdrafted.
Nix is a good quarterback, but I think Nix is he's going to profile like a Case Keenum. He's going to be that
yeah, I was gonna say I
just
think
on the edge.
someone like a Jacoby Brissett who'll get
Yeah.
a few starting opportunities and kind of be like a safe bet to handle the reins. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to tag people to get them to join into the StreamYard here.
That old Rappaport brother.
One more Bo Nix who can't have rated anywhere near the first round. That means that the Denver Broncos got the Las Vegas Raiders. They both have quarterback needs. If one goes and the other's not going to get it, then I would say this: with the Las Vegas Raiders didn't have Bo Nix out there with some other teams, they may actually trade out or take a defensive player rather than reach for a quarterback. The Raiders are okay. They have Gardner Minshew, but there is a chance they don't get a quarterback after round 1.
Raiders are currently on the clock, halfway through it right now, and the Denver pick.
And Rich, think about it this way. If the Raiders wanted a quarterback, it's the Broncos' spot. There's no committee talk of a trade right there about a division rival.
You look at the
Absolutely not. Not our division.
The Vikings and the Jets last time they made a trade for a quarterback right over involved before any trade.
It is. What are we going with?
Use the Jets.
Well,
Oh, I guess I'll see Knicks. Quarterbacks have been the thing so far. So
I'm going to go Dallas Turner. We can never have enough pass rushers.
I'm going to say it's going to be Nix. I think it's going to be Nix.
when was the last time we got to 12 picks and there wasn't a pass rusher pick? Oh, that's crazy.
The Denver Broncos select Bo Nix.
Boom!
Bo Nix.
6 quarterbacks.
6 out of
6
12
out of 12.
quarterbacks.
6 out of 12.
Eric had to step away to.
Just for the record, we still don't have a defensive player picked.
Wow, that did not even
We
occur
are
to me.
12.
Not just the pass rusher yet to be picked, but no defensive players out of the first.
And for a team switching to a new defensive scheme, this could not have gone better.
I mean, I guess it kind of shows you where the league is or what the league's come to now. It's offense, 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 and then some more offense. I mean, I know the competition committee is like trying to, I think, tilt it a little back more towards defense a little bit. But yeah, that's 12 offensive players.
12 out of 12.
If this continues, not only are you looking at 5, but I'm thinking maybe a package 41-58. Go get 2.
I was just about to look at what the trade chart said in
well,
terms of moving up. If we throw in one of our picks,
the team that I was looking at most for Green Bay to trade up would be Miami because they don't have a lot of picks and they don't have a lot of picks early. So 41-58, I believe, is 10 points more than the 21st pick that Miami owns. So
Yeah.
that is right. You know, if you were going to package your 2 seconds, that's right where you would land value wise would be right Miami's pick there. So I think that's a prime spot if you think you can snag 2, you know, great players here. You know, obviously a lot of Packer fans like myself, we're looking at Cooper DeJean. That's the guy I've been after mainly because
So-
he's just a straight playmaker.
I do want to throw out here, if you throw in 25 and 58, so if they want to move up from 25 and you want to throw in 58, this is the range.
Really?
This is where it gets them.
25 and 58 gets you to
25 and
13?
58 gets you here.
Wow.
It would actually be, we would be 10 short. So you'd be throwing in a late
So you'd
A
probably
later
be
pick.
looking at a guy like Quinion Mitchell
Quentin Mitchell.
or Dallas Turner. You know, you're the top edge
Trey
rusher in the
Arnold.
draft. In a vacuum, you'd say, wow, to get the number 1 corner or the number 1 edge rusher,
number
in the
one
draft,
defensive
the number 1
player in the
defensive
draft?
player in the draft.
Byron Murphy.
12. Did you realize that? No defensive players at
No.
all.
Not yet.
Insane.
Not yet. But then also, while you were out, Eric, we said if you put 58 and 25 together, this is where you get.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get. I don't think Vegas. I think your target is probably Seattle.
I'm saying if
Yeah,
Byron
for
Murphy
value,
is,
but-
if Byron Murphy is on the board when Seattle's there and I'm Green Bay, I'm moving up to get Byron Murphy. That I'm going to a 4-3. And I'm pairing him with Kenny Clark.
That's
And
nasty.
good luck.
Yeah, that's nasty.
I'm liking where they're at 25 right now. Like I said,
There's going to be a run. Like it's going to be cyclical, Jake. I think it's going to. I think it's going to
Big run of defensive
big run.
players,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's going to fly.
I think I'm looking to package 41 and 58. That gets you right around 21, 22. Go and snag Cooper DeJean and whoever else is sitting for you.
All
at
right, the
25.
Raiders pick is in.
All right, here we go.
Oh shit.
Raiders selection coming in hot.
Latu, Murphy,
So there's a lot on the line.
Mitchell.
Mitchell, Arnold.
In the 2024 NFL
Spencer Rattler.
the Las Vegas Raiders select Brock Bowers.
Okay. 13 for
13
13.
for 13.
So
Brock Bowers.
Bowers is going to the Raiders.
Many would argue the best
What do you think of this pick? Well,
offensive playmaker in the draft,
Probably.
regardless of position. Is he tight end? Is he receiver? I mean, I'd look at him more as just like a big dominant slot
He's
guy.
a weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't agree with the George Kittle comparison that NFL Network just put up. I don't think he blocks like Kittle.
No, I think he's a little more Gronk than he is Kittle. He's receiver first.
I think
Even like, I mean, like
We
an
People don't talk
Antonio
about-
Gates, maybe, you know?
people don't talk enough about how great Kittle is at blocking.
Yeah, he's elite.
Yeah, I mean, some people would
Maybe
just-
Kelsey, because Kelsey can't block for shit.
Yeah. This is a
Better
guy,
than Kelsey.
Bowers, like someone is going to have to explain it to me. It's not that I don't think he's a good prospect, but there were people saying, oh, his talent, he's a top 5 pick. And I'm going, whoa, 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 whoa. Any tight end in the top 5 is iffy to me. But when I look at his tape, I'm like, yeah, he looks good. But like, where's this generational guy that people are seeing? Then you add in the injury,
Yeah.
history. I think this is maybe even a little bit rich for my blood at
That's-
13. I was thinking 20s maybe.
That's weird that they have. I forgot they have Michael Meyer.
So we'll pair him up with. Yeah, I mean, I think.
So I think one of those things that you're seeing in there is how the tight end position has become so difficult to
Basically,
defend in the
slot.
NFL, and you're basically a slot guy, because everybody wants that mismatch. It's a copycat league, right? And 10 years ago, when Gronk and the guy we don't talk about from New England were running over the league, we didn't see anybody try to adopt that model. But now that Kelsey's been running over the league,
talking about
everybody's
Chris
looking for that
Benoit.
tight end. Yeah. Everybody's looking for that tight end. So you think about Kyle Pitts a couple years ago, who went very early,
Yeah.
had a very good rookie year,
Yeah,
just
playing
didn't score
catch.
touchdowns, and now he's had no quarterback.
And they don't use the tight ends the way they should.
That's the other thing is with their coach down there, run the ball.
New coach.
New coach, but yeah, their coach did not support them.
I have
What do you have here?
I have the Athletic, I don't know what they're called, blondes, but it's basically the light beer
That's
ones.
the golden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I have a couple Klaus
Hmm,
Klaus
that's
Hollers,
good stuff, too.
whatever, however you pronounce it.
Free plug for the 38 people watching.
Then
Athletic Brewing Company,
then
NA. Give it a shot for the first time. Live taste
pretty
test
good.
as we're in commercial here.
It's good weekday beer.
It's a good weekday beer.
Yep.
Their IPA.
Who's up at 14? Indy?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
is up at 14. This is probably O-line or maybe your first defensive player.
I can't pinpoint it, but it's good.
This is the golden, so it's supposed to be just a random standard beer.
Yeah.
It's your high life.
Yeah, it does kind of taste like a High Life, actually.
I got some Bush NAs too. So if you want to get
I've tried those.
down and dirty, like rewind it.
You
back.
got it all.
Yeah, I do.
Imagine drinking a Bush NA. Like, you talk about counterproductive.
Yes. It's terrible. It's terrible. But when you go to Piggly Wiggly and they're out of
That's, well, you know what it is? It's like, it's got to be the most nostalgia thing ever for recovering alcoholics.
I tried it. Funniest shit ever. Like I was at the my brother was over like a week or two ago. I'm like, dude, let's go get some beer, like grill out, whatever. We're at the grocery store. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get some Red Dog. I'm gonna bring it back.
Oh my God,
Dude,
Red
it's
Dog.
So bad, I threw them all away.
I'm waiting for you to say Ice House next. Like,
Oh my God, Red Dog is so bad.
When I was in college, it was Milwaukee's Special Reserve Ice. It was like $13 a 30-pack up in Minnesota. And if you didn't bring your own beer to our parties at our house, you had to drink that, and we charged you $5.
That's awesome.
if you're watching live, what's the best shit beer you've had or the worst?
Red Dog.
Red Dog is. Do they still make that?
They still make
Oh,
The worst beer I've ever had is Steel Reserve.
Steel Reserve is terrible.
Steel Reserve.
Steel
who
Reserve.
makes Red Dog?
I think
Who
it's
owns it?
Anheuser. Yeah, I think it's Anheuser.
It's either Anheuser-Busch or Miller.
That's incredible.
That's fucking terrible.
It's as bad as Zima.
Well, when Zima came back, was
Oh.
Zima like
Oh, I
the
had
real
that.
Zima, or was it
It-
like a?
It was apparently the real thing, and I
Yeah.
bought some, and it was
I remember that.
brutal. I don't know how our parents were obsessed.
Miller Brewing Company.
Makes Red Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I was like 24-ish, 25 maybe, and I was at State Fair, and I used to drink Smirnoff Ice when I was like 16
Oh, boy.
at parties. And
I
it was-
remember-
so it was a hot ass day
I
at
remember
State
when we
Fair.
first started this. We used to, you guys iced.
Oh, the icing was good, but
The
this was
icing was
pre-icing.
great.
This was when Smirnoff Ice was something that you just like drank, like not as a joke. But it was like 100 degrees. I saw a little stand that had Smirnoff Ice, and I'm like, oh, it's citrusy. I haven't had one of these in like
Refreshing.
8 years. I was like, I bet you this would be refreshing as hell.
It's fucking
So I
terrible.
got one. It was ice cold. Took a first sip. Just immediately went to the trash can and threw it out.
It's
Like
malt.
it was just
I'm not-
sugar, like rush, just disgusting.
I've had some great icings. I
Mm.
had a friend who put one for a bachelor party. He bungee corded it to the portable grill he brought.
You remember how
Let
I
it
got
sit
you?
there 6 hours later. Yeah. This guy limped around for 2
Hold
hours
on,
at my
hold on.
bachelor party and said, "You got to check out my
Yeah, yeah,
ankle.
yeah,
I
yeah.
rolled it today. in
Here's the
basketball.
story.
Rolled up and there's a Smirnoff tape to it."
I told him that, like, yeah, I played basketball earlier and I fucked up my ankle really bad. So I sold like that my ankle was all like nasty and sprained and jacked up for like what, 2 hours?
2 hours.
At a bar. And finally I'm like, all right, hey, let me buy you a shot. So as we're waiting for the bartender, I say to Andy, I'm like, dude, look at my ankle. It's fucking gross, man. Had the Smirnoff duct
Duct
taped
taped.
around my ankle for 2 hours.
It's
That
my,
was creative.
that's
I
my
thought.
second best one. You know what the best one is? My wife.
Oh, your wife got you.
She put it under her dress for the garter at our wedding.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Can I tell you a secret about that?
you did it.
Probably your idea.
And she was all in, baby. I don't remember. Maybe I had too many then. But did you drop to a knee and just do
Yeah,
it right there
in front of everybody.
Good
Yeah,
for you, man.
yeah.
What are they? Oh, we're screwing up here.
Oh, we missed the pick.
No, they haven't picked yet.
They haven't announced
They have
it
not- They have not announced
Showing a
yet.
bunch of jabronis cheering.
So pick is in. Top, according to ESPN, top guys on the board are Dallas Turner, Quentin Mitchell, Terry Arnold, Latu, Byron Murphy.
So all defenders.
I can
all defenders.
I can see it.
If you
all the way down to Grant Park.
Troy Watson is the top. Yeah.
I could see her going here with Lattimore.
It's a tackle from Washington because I want the offensive run to continue for the Wolves. Like, can we get a first round of all offense?
They're just talking about how tackle's a screaming need.
Come on.
Please take one of these giant humans that the Packers are not going to take.
No, I mean, there are a lot of good tackles in the board. We still got Mims, we got Siaga, we
I
got
don't think they're going to.
No, I don't. I totally agree.
No, I agree. But
If Green Bay takes an offensive lineman in the first, it would be a guy like the Washington kid falling, or
Barton, Rosengarten.
again, I don't see it in the first round. Now, who's going to be there in the second and the third? All right, here we go.
Florida.
There we go.
another
14 out of
offensive
14
player.
offensive players. This is nuts. And the board is fucking beautiful for Green Bay right now. We're at the point now where we may have to start saying we're going to end up with at least one of these guys. So who do we got? Dallas Turner, Quinion Mitchell, Terrion Arnold, Byron Murphy,
Latu,
Jared Verse,
Jared
Latu
Verse,
Latu,
Cooper, Chop,
Cooper DeJean.
Jerzon Newton.
I don't think Chop is. I think Chop's a 3-4.
Put a little weight on him.
He's only like 6'2" though.
Yeah, but I guess. But I don't know how much they're traditionally going to be running the 4-3 set, anyways. I don't know if I buy into.
You look at
It's
the
gonna be
players that they're
hybrid.
taking; they're all hybrid. Hybrid guys. Brooks, Colby Wooden, Luke Van Ness. They're all
Wooden put on
hybrid.
15 pounds of muscle this offseason. He put out this week. Wooden did.
Well,
So, because everybody thought he was going to have to play end in the new scheme, but he put on all that muscle to play inside.
That's the brilliance too of having Gutekunst as your GM. Is like you had such a brilliant draft class last year. We don't know how they actually view the current guys they have. So is this someone they view as a starter moving forward? So what we think is a need, they may not look at as a need.
no, I think they're gonna find some sort of replacement for Kenny Clark or have some sort of contingency plan for Kenny Clark because they're not going to pay him again. Nobody gets third contracts.
Speaking of, we talked about it earlier, but Schefter just tweeted out there are 275,000 fans in the draft area today.
Wow.
Right. Crazy.
That can't be right.
275,000.
Their capacity was 150, so I don't know why they had.
You sure it wasn't like 27,000? Because I'm thinking about like the Deer District. What was that, like 60,000? And that, I mean, took over downtown Milwaukee.
The problem is you don't see everything that the draft is on TV because they've got the play area and all that. And I'm sure there's people in that holding area. You know, punt, pass, and kicks wherever that is on Saturday, that's a whole football field where they can put
Yeah.
people tonight.
Where are we at? Where are we at with this? Knicks. Phillies winning by 10 with 7 minutes.
It's all right. I kind of just want that series to go 7. Philly and New York.
I just want somebody to punch Joel Embiid in the mouth.
He is kind of a biatch.
I think he's like, if you looked it up in the Webster's, there'd be a picture.
So you think this image is AI? Because how could they have all that done so
Uh-oh.
fast?
It's being tweeted out that Kirk Cousins was not given a heads up regarding.
Oh, poor Kirk Cousins.
He wants the
13-year-old
Rodgers
Kirk
treatment
Cousins.
too, huh? That's good stuff.
Ooh.
Love it. All right, so
Shout out to Darren who texted me on the side and said 100,000 was in the Deer District for Game 6.
okay. Is he watching?
He's watching.
What's up, Darren? You can jump on the StreamYard if you want, my friend. Love to see you. This is a great fucking game. Or no, how does it go? If a little trivia, or not trivia, I don't know. Me and Andy love the movie Major League, but particularly when it's on like cable television because
'cause
it's
it's
the
all
funniest
cut out.
edited. Like the way they edit out the profanities is so good.
I'm going to stick it to you, Mr.
Oh,
Vaughn.
thank you, Mr.
Brown.
Yeah,
Strike this guy.
yeah.
out.
That's the best.
They
one.
fixed it.
Iconic.
They fixed it a lot.
Did
though.
they?
Yeah,
That's
it
too
was
bad.
better in the 2000s.
Damn it, AI. On the line where Roger Doran says, strike this motherfucker out, it goes, strike this guy out. Fucking amazing. Iconic. Like, and now when I think about that scene, in my head, that's what I hear. I don't hear the original line. It's literally strike this guy out.
It actually,
And it's a better, like, it pumps you up. more.
we watched it a lot. It is significantly less funny
If it's not
if,
edited.
if it is not edited.
Yeah, I think we probably watched that too many times.
Indy taking this clock all the way down is something.
Well, this is, I mean, consensus like Quinion Mitchell. Every mock draft I saw, 15, 15, 15.
They need a receiver too. I know they signed Pittman, but they got nobody else.
Riveting stuff.
It's going to be a, I mean, how many? I don't have the data in front of me. I'm guessing it's never happened, but 15 picks, no defensive, or 14 picks, no defensive players.
This
I-
has to
I
be a
doubt-
defensive
I
pick. I
doubt
mean,
that's happened. That,
the
there's
pick
no
is
way.
in.
19 offensive players is the record, so you got to hit 19.
We only have 5 to go.
I mean, they're gonna crush that record this year, you'd think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
like
mean,
you said,
I-
we're due for a run, but
I don't know about that because you look at what do you got left for offensive players? You've got Barton,
Thomas,
you've got Mims, you've got
BTJ.
Thomas, and then you're getting into Leggett, Mitchell,
About
Ariel.
Jackson Powers Johnson.
I don't think he's.
I don't think there's any way he goes in the first round with the way
No.
this draft's fallen so
No.
far.
With his people.
And then there was something else. I guess Kool-Aid had a Jones fracture. I somehow missed that. He's got a broken foot. They found at the combine, so he's not going to go in the. He won't go in the first round.
Who is this?
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. So
They did mention that Brian Bulaga is announcing Green Bay's 2 second-round picks. So some people are saying it's destiny that Cooper has to fall to 41, just so it can be Brian Bulaga saying Cooper DeJean.
No,
I will.
no shot. 0% chance he makes it to 41.
if you want that to happen, we're gonna have to move up to 33. And then pray.
I would love to get. I mean, the other reason why I'm like, hey, package 41 and 58. Right now, you could get to, like I said, 22-ish with those 2 picks. You got 2 guys that'll give you the 5th-year option, which is like gold in this day and age, getting that cheap 5th year.
We
All right,
got
picks in.
To be just
It's got to be a defensive player, right?
this is probably corner or edge.
That's how long it's been. Oh, here's the Colts back.
Colts on the board. Here we go.
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select
Right. First edge rusher off the board. Latu. Most productive probably guy. I mean,
They comped him Joey Bosa, not Nick, Joey.
yeah, I mean the
Motor.
if you look on tape, it's everything you want. He's a little bit older of a prospect. He's probably not quite.
The neck thing though.
Yeah. So interesting enough to me that like the first defensive player is the guy with the red flags, but the production and the tape checks out. So
I guess that goes above all.
all right, Darren's in the studio.
You want to mute that for a second? See if we can get him on.
Hey guys.
There,
Finally figure out how to join it versus just watching it.
here, hold on, buddy. I can't hear you.
Oh,
Do I not have
I
eyes
just-
like month? Maybe that's what it is.
I just
This
figured
is-
out how to join it.
You gotta love not knowing what I'm doing and starting a podcast. Let's see.
No, I was
here.
watching it. That's where I was. I talked to Andy on the side. I'm like, oh wait, I can join this actually.
Is he muted?
Darren, I think you might be muted, pal.
I
Maybe not.
don't know. Maybe I didn't set
Austin,
up correctly.
can you hear Darren? All right, so it's definitely something on our end. Well, let me. I'm gonna try to get to you guys in a second here. Audio. Speakers. It's a banger.
That T Swift?
All right, hold on. Darren is in the stream.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me now?
There he is.
There he goes.
I
There,
can hear
sorry.
you, pal.
All right, I'll put my camera back on.
Austin, we're
Yeah.
gonna get to you too, buddy. You hang in there.
Yeah, I just figured out how to join.
the draft, man.
Well, I mean, just shocker that this is the first defensive player. I know I made a joke about, well, the Packers haven't drafted yet, so that's why no defensive players have gone.
Well,
But
we're looking
no.
like we're gonna have the pick of the litter here.
Yeah, I think Penix at 8 was a big shock, just based on the them with Kirk. But I mean,
To say the least. What did you think
Yeah.
of the divisional picks so far for Chicago and Minnesota?
Chicago's didn't really surprise me. I mean, we knew they were going to grab Caleb, and we knew they were going to go receiver at some point, probably to help with all the additions. Obviously, Minnesota saved their draft capital a little bit to get where they were. Instead of trading up to 3, I heard there was a heavy push for them to try to get 3. But yeah, I don't see either one of them really taking big strides next year, so that helps us out.
Well,
So
I mean,
yeah.
I think interesting thing about that though. So quarterback is the one position that I'm not going to let that quarterback fall. I'm going to go up and get my guy. So if they really liked May at 3, but like, we're going to let McCarthy fall to us at 11. I don't know how I feel about that.
you're getting your fallback guy.
At-
Unless
at quarterback.
they legitimately were trying to get up to 3 to take McCarthy. I mean, we can't rule that out.
That's true.
That would be,
Sure.
in my eyes, a big miss. But hey, it's Minnesota.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't go all the way up to 3 because I would have loved to see them just, empty all of their draft picks to get someone who I see as a game managing quarterback.
Right.
But at least they had to give up something. So fuck them.
Did they actually sign Jefferson to an extension yet, or is he on his last year?
I don't believe so.
They haven't finished the deal yet.
Because I'm wondering, will he now if he has to like McCarthy, obviously, or else he's gone. I mean, AJ Brown just got what, $33 million a year on that deal now.
Yeah, these receiver contracts are getting nuts. I mean, what did the Detroit guy, Amon-Ra St.
Yeah.
Brown,
Like 28, and then
AJ Brown.
Brown
I
got
think-
33 today.
Oh my God, that's nuts.
And
Like,
now-
I think Green Bay may
yeah.
have stumbled into this like kind of brilliant thing where get a bunch of guys that are like really good players, maybe not necessarily traditional number ones, and then you just kind of keep adding to that. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm a
I
little
was,
confused now.
I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today about who the Packers are taking. I said, well, honestly, not really looking at a lot of mock drafts going in, but I'm like, hopefully they address corner because I'd love to see them try to ship Jair off and get that payroll available to lock up Love. And, obviously Jair has his issues the last couple of years with health and coin tosses.
Oh, jeez. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously the Love extension will play a huge part of how they move
Absolutely.
forward, which is another guy we talked about earlier was maybe Kenny Clark is another one that they move on from. It's, typically Green Bay doesn't give the third contract. They did it for
Right.
Bakhtiari. It bit them in the ass. Maybe they're like, we're not doing this again. And
Who did he sign with, by the way? We were talking about that earlier too. I just couldn't remember who he signed with.
Bakhtiari's not medically cleared yet.
yeah, he is not signed with
All right.
anyone.
I thought that too, but my friend thought he would sign with somebody.
Maybe you're thinking of Andre Dillard, the stud tackle that we've seen.
No guaranteed money.
No guaranteed money.
All right, cool. Well, looks like the Seahawks pick is in. Darren, I'm going to let you go for now. We're going to get
Okay.
Austin in here, but if you want to jump
Sounds
back
good.
on, maybe when Green Bay picks, we want to get as many people in here as we can.
Sure, I'll keep watching.
All right, love you, pal.
See it.
All right, let's bring our guy Austin onto the stage. Austin, what's going on? I don't know where you are in the broadcast, but we're on a commercial right now, and Seattle's made the pick, and we don't do spoilers here. So
No spoilers, no Twitter.
Seahawks pick is in. I see an NBA commercial going on.
okay, we've got the Zen.
We
Do
have
you,
the
do you have YouTube TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have the Zen. Zen's where it's at.
What is that exactly? Zen?
So instead of getting commercials, you get like naturescapes and like relaxing sounds.
No, I don't need it.
We were saying it like if it's a very Seinfeld-esque thing that like if Seinfeld was around today, they would be debating the merits of the Zen.
I need commercials, man.
Yeah, you want to feel alive,
Yeah, I gotta know, man. I can't be cutting to nature shit. Like it'll do that on YouTube TV sometimes. It'll literally say enjoy the Zen.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, we're enjoying the Zen.
We got the Auroras Borealis right now. Now we're back.
Seattle picks in. Old Seattle, I say they go pass rush here. I don't know where they go with New Seattle.
No, New Seattle, I would say probably O-line. I would say interior O-line. Fuaga went, maybe Fautanu or Fautanu or however.
Well, if you're going interior, I mean, is this? Can Graham Barton go this high? 16? Wow. I mean, that would be something.
I think it's foul.
I'm surprised there has not been more trades so far. It seemed like, I don't know, maybe this happens every year where it's like, hey, every team is looking to trade out and then nothing actually happens.
Seattle does need a quarterback, so Quinn Mitchell would be in play.
I could see that too.
Austin, who do you think they're picking?
Okay, so I know shit about college football.
All right.
So I was gonna say, like, have there been any trades? I've been kind of in and out of doing shit.
Yeah, so Minnesota traded up one spot.
They traded up one to get JJ.
Yeah, and I don't think there has been another trade so far.
So I saw the JJ one. I didn't see that there was a trade up for it.
Yeah, they
So
traded up a fourth and then a pick swap to move up one spot.
So they went from 11 to 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like the Bears did with Trubisky. So,
Where your mouth comes out, I'm gonna unmute.
all right, as soon as Goodell hits the podium, we're going to unmute the TV here. We're going to experience this live together.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Just the four of us.
And
No Diddy.
and the cast of thousands listening
That's right. I don't know about that.
from the
We'll get there.
front.
Yeah. Let's see here. So I invited a lot of knuckleheads to jump on here, but nobody has taken the bait except for you and Darren so far. So we appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that I bet you a lot of people are probably sitting at a bar right now watching this live.
Yeah.
There's a couple pretty big draft parties too.
Yeah.
94.5's doing one, 97.3's doing one. Green Bay is actually doing one in Green Bay. There's big draft parties going on.
Next year, draft party is in Green Bay. That's going to be something.
I will be there.
Are you going, Austin?
I was thinking, I mean, if I'm ever going to go, yeah, right? That would be the
All right,
time.
hold on.
Oh.
We got the commish coming to the pod.
Men and women who serve in the United States military. Your sacrifices to defend our country's freedom do not go unnoticed.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much. With the 16th pick
Thank you
in
for your
the
service.
2024 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Byron Murphy. Defensive tackle.
All right.
He was never.
So the attacking defensive tackle from Texas, Byron Murphy II, goes to the Seahawks.
That was my wish and a prayer.
Eric wanted him bad, it seems. I would have been okay with him if he slipped to Green Bay, but yeah. So maybe here's our defensive player run as we went.
I mean,
14 for 14, all offensive players to start the draft, and now 2 defensive players back to back.
the thing I liked about Byron Murphy in Green Bay specifically was this guy played next to Tavondre Sweat and then played the nose tackle because he was more dominant at 40 pounds lighter than Sweat was in the
And
nose tackle.
4 inches shorter.
Yep.
Well, and I mean, he's smaller, but he moves a lot like Kenny Clark. Like the way he gets off of blocks.
Violent. He's
Yeah.
very violent.
Maybe even another Green Bay defensive tackle, a little bit taller, but Mike Daniels, you know,
Colin Jenkins.
Colin Jenkins. That's a great call.
Colin Jenkins, that would be his. I know they threw an Ed Oliver comp up there. I don't know that I see Ed Oliver. I see more of an inside outside kind of guy.
All right. So I was asking you,
Schneider was
Austin,
pumped about that pick.
Oh, I bet.
are you going to go to the draft in Green Bay next year?
I think
Wait, let me cut you off. Sorry. There is a trade. The Vikings have just traded to pick 17.
and pick is in. Okay.
This is all right. First, I guess, major trade. The
This has
Vikings
to be
make
a
the
big
first
trade.
two.
That's where are they moving up from?
Yeah,
Second round, right?
I
They-
thought they had 2
they do have 2 ones this year. I think they were picking 27 because the initial thought was that they acquired multiple ones in order to move up for a quarterback.
I don't have the.
So what did they trade to move
Oh,
up
here
to?
we go. So the Vikings traded 23 fifth round pick and a 3 and a 4 next year to get to 17.
5 spots, and they gave up a 3, a 4, or 5. And those 3 and 4s are next year.
So they got their guy that they wanted, clearly. God, I love the draft so much. Like, day one is just freaking great.
All right, we're going to get into this, but first we are going to listen to the commissioner's announcement. Here we go.
That trade.
The
You have the extra M this year.
The 17th pick to the Minnesota Vikings. With the 17th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the
Probably.
Minnesota Vikings select
Probably.
Dallas Turner.
Oh,
Okay. Minnesota takes Dallas Turner, edge rusher from Alabama. Some people said edge rusher number 1 in this draft. Great value at 17. I like the deal for them a lot. Harry, my man, what's going on? How you doing?
short.
Hello.
Where are you watching from? Just at home?
Yeah, my basement.
Nice. What do you think so far? We were just talking about the crazy run of offensive players. First 14 players selected were offense.
Yeah, that was absolutely bonkers. I still don't know what Atlanta's doing with a guy with too high caliber.
So
Yeah, I mean,
there's a tweet out, and I'm thinking about you in New Jersey that said, Kirk Cousins, Dennis Quaid, and then it put Michael Penix and they put Willie Beeman.
I love it. Somebody comparing the Atlanta quarterback situation to the Miami Sharks quarterback situation in any given Sunday.
No, his problem was that Penix could not move like
Yeah, not everybody's seen the name of it.
Oh, so yeah. If you guys don't know, I'm rocking the Steamin' Willie Beeman jersey today.
Oh, that's fire.
It is.
Who is that?
You don't know Steamin' Willie Beeman?
I'm 33 and I don't know who that is.
Come on, man. You never seen Any Given Sunday?
No. You know why I've never seen Any Given Sunday? And I love one of my favorite colors of all time, Notebook Mike. But always impersonate the Any Given Sunday shit and the 6 inches in front of your face. And I was like, I don't
That
even
is
know
an all-time
I
scoop.
already get
Austin.
the
You
gist.
take it back. Yeah, if you haven't seen Any Given Sunday, I think it's the GOAT football movie. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, draft day.
Wow, that gave up a lot for Turner.
What's the one with Sunshine in there? The
Oh,
quarter-
remember the Titans?
Titans is pretty good.
Yeah,
So
remember
cheesy
the Titans?
though.
Well, it's
I like that one.
And it's Disney.
All right,
Yeah,
Darren,
I
what's the greatest football movie of all time, Darren?
For a football movie for all time, oh geez. I mean, I definitely do like Remember the Titans.
It does
I
have
don't know.
the
I
guy.
think it's something pretty good too. Trying to think,
Necessary
but-
roughness.
Friday Night Lights.
Never seen it.
Friday
Never
Night Lights.
seen there. The
Harry, what do you
show though? Right?
Harry, what do you got for greatest?
Oh, it's Necessary Roughness with Scott Bakula.
What were you saying?
Necessary Roughness.
Wow, what a pull. That was it Scott Bakula?
Yep.
And he's like the 30-year-old that goes back to college and
No, he's a teacher,
he's a teacher. Okay.
and he had
but
a year
plays
of
quarterback,
eligibility
right?
left. Yeah, and like Cindy Crawford's in it.
Program was a good one.
Oh,
Oh no, it's Kathy Ireland.
Waterboy's good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Waterboy.
you're
How did
right.
I forget
Kathy Ireland
Waterboy?
was in that, man.
Oh, Waterboy, people forget.
Yeah, how did I forget that one?
That's so good.
I quote that movie all the time. Yeah.
It's the original one.
I'm not a big.
I'm really proud of Harry for pulling Necessary Roughness. That is
That one
my
I
kind
have.
of pull right there.
Well, I say that. I just said
I guess like, are you when you talk about football? Are you talking about like obviously based on a true story? Because then for me, that would be Remember the Titans. But if it's just football in general, then I probably have to go with Waterboy just for the comedic relief of everything.
What was the Sean Payton movie that they had? The two Kings of
that
Queens?
was.
Yeah.
What's that one where Mark Wahlberg became an eagle?
Invincible.
Oh, Invincible.
Because it's not that.
Rudy was pretty good, although completely fabricated.
Right.
You got Brian's song.
Can't say I ever saw that.
Okay.
Now,
We are,
before
I'll jam with the We Are Marshall.
I think we can debate greatest football movie. We can't debate greatest baseball movie, right? It's Major League.
Major League. Major League.
Major League by far. Hell yeah.
Actually, I can maybe come one close to that because I was in it, Mr. 3000.
No,
I was an
It
extra.
ain't good.
I was an extra on that. That's the reason I'm saying that.
Oh, there you go. Okay, well that counts.
Dream.
So Eric just said Moneyball. I think that's a good contender. I still have to go Major League.
Great
absolutely.
movie. Moneyball, very good. Yes.
Bull
But
Durham, The Natural, Field of Dreams, A League
Yep.
of Their Own.
A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own.
Like,
The Sandlot.
Sandlot, yeah. There's been a lot of great baseball movies. Holy,
Yep.
you don't think about
A
it.
League of Their Own is so underrated.
42.
Yeah.
42.
I love that flick.
Very good.
Did someone say The Natural?
I did.
61 is
Yeah.
Okay.
42 is the
61.
good Jackie Robinson movie.
42. Yep. 42 is up there. Underrated in my opinion. Trouble with the Curve.
Not bad.
It's underrated. I didn't say.
It's
All
an
right.
easy watch.
How about basketball movie? I want to see if anybody names my movie.
Okay.
Space Jam, the original.
What'd you say, Austin?
Space Jam.
Space Jam. Okay.
You got Semi-Pro.
Semi-pro.
You've got.
I can use that. I can fuck with separate stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about true stories, you got Glory Road.
Glory Road.
None of you guys are gonna name
Chips.
mine.
Chips.
Blue chips? Nope.
Blue
That's not the one I'm
chips, he's
thinking.
got
Love and
Kale,
basketball.
Hoosiers.
Do any of you guys remember a film called The Air Up There? It is the most offensive, like, could
You know what?
Is
never
that
be
with
made
Tupac?
today movie where Kevin Bacon plays a college assistant coach that goes on a recruiting trip to Africa
Yes.
and finds a 7-footer in Africa, but has to join the tribe in order to get him to come
Oh
home.
God!
It's so
jeez.
offensive. It's amazing.
I mean,
What?
basketball.
Well,
Hey,
can
what's
I
that called?
tell you, in the finale of the movie, Kevin Bacon is wearing like the war paint and like it's amazing. You gotta see it.
Jake, what's that called?
Juana Man.
The best part of Wendy's new breakfast is
You want
Juana
him?
Man, underrated.
Juana Man. Okay.
I have a question. Is baseball a basketball movie or a baseball movie?
Yes.
Does the E ESPN 30 for 30 of the And One mixtape tour count?
I don't
Hey,
know.
that was a pretty good 30 for 30.
I mean, how about Rise for basketball movies?
Oh, that was
I
pretty
wa-
bad.
I watched that. Didn't like it.
Rise sucked.
Let's go. Adam Sandler's
That broke my
serious
heart.
Movie Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Love Uncut Gems.
Or what was the one Hustle? Was that the one where he went into scout for the like Bo Cruz or whatever? That was Hernan Gomez.
Oh no, you're describing Airbud.
No.
Also
There was
underrated basketball movie.
no where Adam Sandler was like a assistant coach of Sixers and they got kicked out and had to go find someone in the.
Airbud Golden Receiver.
See, yeah, I mean, I
What
guess.
about 8 Great Nights?
What'd you say?
8 Great Nights? Adam Sandler also isn't he playing basketball?
Oh, yeah, the animated one.
Yeah.
I think Air Bud is a good, safe pick for all sports, though, because he
Yeah.
covered them all.
You did?
So I think there was like a made for TV Angels in the End Zone too to go off Angels in the Outfield. That was terrible too.
Oh, Angels in the Outfield, yeah. That was a childhood favorite of Andy and mine.
Right. No, I said I think there was a made for TV Angels in the End Zone.
Anyone see that John Mulaney speech on Field of Dreams? Pretty good.
I'm not a John Mulaney guy.
It was at the Oscars, I think.
I didn't see it.
Just talk.
Wait a minute.
All right.
The commish is coming to the board or to the podium. Not Cooper DeJean. Not Cooper DeJean.
Nope.
Oh baby girl.
Thank you.
Eric did not want to see him as the Packers pick. Amarius Mims, giant tackle. Harry, you'll love this one. He is 6'8", 340 with 11% body fat.
Oh Jesus.
That is a action figure. That is chiseled. That is something you make in a lab.
Is
Guy is
I mean,
good guy.
Very good protoplasm.
I don't have a lot of body fat on me. I'm at 14%. Like this at 6'8", 340. That is fucking absurd.
I could only imagine if I did that scan thing. My body fat percent would have might have been like all.
I'm probably right there with you.
You told me there would be no math.
All right. I mean, all right. So let's get serious here. Green Bay is up in 6 picks now. 7 picks.
No, you're right.
6.
They are looking pretty, at least for the guys that we've been hoping, talking about fall. Top 3 corners are on the board. Graham Barton, the offensive, could be a tackle, could be a guard, could be a center. He's on the board. They are sitting pretty right now, and this is to me. Now I'm talking about trading up.
I don't know.
Not from 25. I'm talking about packaging my 2 second-round picks and going and get another first-round pick.
I don't think you can make that with your pick still on the board.
All right, my battery's good. I gotta go. Bye guys.
Who's gonna make?
Love you, Harry. Thanks, pal.
I think once you pick at 25, you can package the 2 picks to move up again. But if right now, any team is gonna trade back to 25, they're not gonna move more than that.
I don't know. Like I said, Miami is the one team that I see they don't have any picks and they need some picks. I think
Honestly, I just stay put because even if it falls to me, I don't get any of the guys we're talking about. And Newton's on the board. I'm fine.
There's so much on the board.
I'm fine.
You're gonna have. We all say this. They're gonna end up taking the fucking safety from a Division III school.
a sleeper pick that I've seen more and more people talking about is wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. I think he could be this Justin Jefferson, a guy who goes mid or later in the first round that is overlooked. I mean, played at
The Packers
LSU.
don't take receivers though. I mean, Packers have a history of not taking receivers in the first round,
We
and they
got
just have all that talent.
receivers now all of a sudden.
But you
Yeah.
gotta remember one thing about Gutekunst. This guy thinks 3 steps ahead. So everybody thinks, oh, who do we need right now?
You got to.
The Packers do not like to play rookies. They are always looking at the roster and extrapolating it out multiple years into the future.
But that's why I think wide receiver is more in play than the second round than the first round.
Well,
I think so too. You have it's year 3, and you have this year plus next year of Watson and Dobbs. Following year, you're in the same scenario with Reed and Wicks, who are going to be entering into their second year. It's a 4-year deal.
And don't forget the tight ends too that they drafted as far as the same kind of receiving group.
I just think if Gutekunst sees Brian Thomas Jr. as his best player on the board, he's going to take him.
Especially with the Watson Hammies.
It's the old Ted Thompson adage of we just kind of let our board do its thing. And that's why you got to love having a guy like Gutekunst as your GM.
Now I could see them packaging.
Did you say Godin
second
Coons?
round
Gutekunst, Austin.
to
I
me,
like that.
Make it a
I
thing.
like that.
packaging a second round with Watson.
That's another one. If you like a receiver, maybe you're worried about Christian Watson's health. If you can use
Right.
him in a trade up to get from 41 to 30-ish or
They
something
spent
along
a
those
shit
lines.
ton of money to get him fixed this offseason. Those Hammies.
All right, so it looks like the Rams pick is in as soon as the commission comes to the
What do you
podium.
think?
We'll go ahead and turn
Johnny
it on.
Newton, the old Aaron Donald replacement
Yeah, I mean,
corner. Johnny Newton,
I would think it's a defensive player here.
Spencer Rattler.
Johnny Newton would make a ton of sense. Aaron Donald with the semi-surprise retirement this offseason, so they're going to need
Well,
someone up the middle to
They signed
Cause
Tre'Davious
havoc.
White, Sam Curl.
There was
Maybe not
talk of
second
him retiring after that Super Bowl.
I don't.
He wasn't going
off the
to
edge.
for
Maybe,
They haven't had anything off the edge in how many years?
maybe.
So I was playing with some mock drafts earlier, and I think I messaged both you guys that the way this mock draft fell for me was like I was able to trade up to get Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. We are like eerily close to that scenario being possible now. Could you imagine? You talk about rebuilding your secondary in
So-
not even one draft, one round of the draft.
So, test case scenario. You're the biggest Cooper DeJean fan on the planet. I don't think I know it.
I'm a fan.
So there's 3 players on the board: Terry and Arnold, Quinion Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean, and you can only take one of them. Who are you taking?
I am moving up to get 2 out of the 3. That's
That's not.
and I won't answer any other scenario.
You got to take one.
You have to take one.
You have to take one.
I go Terry and Arnold. No,
You're gonna say exactly what I think.
no, I would say
Is that
my
what I
power
think?
ranking would be Mitchell, Arnold, DeJean.
It's
And I do
exactly-
love Cooper DeJean. But yes, I mean that would be my scenario. All right, let's bring another one into the mix.
My only concern with
Nikki, what's going on, man?
Yo, how's it going?
Are you watching at home?
Oh
Is
yeah.
that you, Nick? That's Nick. That's not Nick.
buddy. Select
Who-
Jared Verse.
All right, somebody is ahead of us, so we're gonna
Oh, sorry.
turn on the sound now. So let's see what
Sorry.
the commission says.
Sorry, I thought I had it muted. I'm sorry.
Jared Verse.
All right, another
call.
edge rusher comes off the board. Jared Verse from Florida State. This board is looking fucking amazing for Green Bay, guys. The top 3 corners still sit on the board. The top interior lineman still sits on the board. I not going to stop talking about trading up from the second round to get 2 first rounders
So-
here with these guys still available.
Pittsburgh's on the board right now. What's interesting about Pittsburgh is, according to ESPN, their needs are wide receiver, center, cornerback, defensive tackle, and offensive tackle.
Exactly the same ones.
Yeah.
that we need.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nick,
Well,
what do
especially
you
a
thought of the
receiver if they
draft so
traded
far?
Johnson.
What's that?
What do you think
So
of the
they definitely
draft
a
so far?
receiver.
I I don't know many of these dudes. Like, I hate seeing the great college highlights of the guys that have gone to the Vikings and the Bears and whatnot. But I'm just mostly excited to see what happens with the pack here.
Sure. Well, and I can tell you from at least the three of us here, and I know, Austin, you said it's not really the biggest thing for you, but for three guys that are draft obsessed year round, the Bears, I think, and you guys can chime in if you disagree, I think they had to take Caleb #1. I was happy that they took a receiver and not a premium offensive lineman, because I think they're going to play Caleb right away, and he's going to be running for his life. So a
He had a lot of
receiver.
fun last season, it seems.
Yeah.
I've openly said from the beginning Caleb needs to sit.
Yeah, the smart play would be to sit him, I think.
There's a lot
But
of junk in this game.
There's a lot.
I think
he
one
doesn't
thing
throw
that
on time.
works in Green Bay's favor when it comes to Chicago is their GM is on the hot seat now, and their coach. So they're gonna feel compelled to play these guys early, and I think that's a mistake.
Can we talk about the Bears
Yeah.
doing the same thing 2 times in a row, where they let a quarterback or a coach and a GM go into the last year of their deal
With a rookie.
and pick
Let
a
them keep doing it.
2 times in a row?
It's the Bears, baby. You gotta love it. And I mean, as far as Minnesota, Nick, the three of us, like, we are not the hugest fans of JJ McCarthy. We all see him as a game manager, and that's fine. I think in like the second round, if you think you have a guy that can potentially do okay, if you're a team like San Francisco that's built on defense and just trying to get weapons together, but I'm not investing a top 10 pick in that guy. So maybe I'll look stupid, but I never saw it with McCarthy. He was a late riser, and we'll see what happens.
I know it's
What are you guys?
for a commercial. Something we haven't talked about. Did anybody see the Bears renderings for their new
Yes.
stadium yesterday?
I did.
Allegiant Stadium, basically Allegiant Stadium in Vegas.
When I saw
Looks
that,
awesome.
it looks great. It looks amazing. But that means the entire NFC North plays in the
Yep.
dome for Green Bay.
Hmm.
Home field advantage for the Packers.
Oh,
is
absolutely.
insane.
Yeah, man.
It kind of just made me wish Green Bay had a dome. I'm not going to lie.
No, I don't. No, I'm out on the dome.
And what's funny is there's no parking down there, and everyone was roasting it on Twitter, saying, "Were they going to drive their boat to the stadium?"
The Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers needed to be a dome because it was a trap.
Has anybody ever heard of like the bus?
Damn it.
What was that, Nick?
I was saying, has anybody ever heard of the bus or the train to get down?
It's really not that
This
easy to get down a
country,
football
son.
field, regardless.
No, yeah, in my opinion, I think if you are any sports franchise in football or baseball, and in the year 2024, you're building a new stadium that does not have a dome, like, you're stupid as hell.
You're good,
Yeah.
bro.
Like,
Mhm.
Oh,
I can
look at,
see
like,
the
what
argument in
happened in the
baseball.
playoffs this year. Was that in Kansas City where people were like
Yeah.
dying because they were, or they were worried about
Yeah.
people dying from frostbite?
People
Like,
lost.
People got
had
amputated.
Fingers, digits amputated because they were out there. Well, they don't know what they're doing either.
Right.
Like, at some point, that comes on the individual to
Right.
be like, "Hey, man, I'm freezing my ass off." Probably put some fucking gloves on.
Right.
Not hold ice cold beer with your bare hands for 3.5 hours.
Right.
well,
Like,
in
that
those,
comes down
in
to
that case,
self-respect.
this year though, like with gloves, that wasn't like that
Well,
wasn't
what
going to cut
kind
it.
of gloves do you
Or
actually
2 pairs
wear?
of gloves.
Yeah.
And
I
from
went to that Lambeau game. Well, and I know it wasn't like fucking cold as hell, but I went to that one when they lost against the Niners at, what was it, 10
I was there too. Yep.
Yeah.
I sold beer up there, and I didn't wear gloves, but I'm also cracking beers open and have a wad of cash in one of my hands. But I see the things that I can get. I understand it more for baseball, but want to be outside in certain climates because of the whole natural outside game. Football, yes or no? I mean, I'm not as dome
Retractable.
obsessed. I get what you're saying, but
Yeah, we get your point there, Jake, but also like
Yeah.
people also have to be somewhat like at least common sense. You don't have to be smart, but a little common sense.
right.
Well, I would even look at it like
Not-
this.
Just
I'm not saying, okay, let's say it's 25 degrees. I'm not saying, hey, close the roof. I'm saying if it's like below 15 or so, like to the point where people are at risk, you should have that
Right.
option.
Well,
Like Buffalo should have done some more with the roof with all the issues they have with the lake
Right.
effect up there too.
like also let's remember, like there's 8 games a year at Lambeau. Like if they want this space, or like at these football stadiums, like if they want this space to utilize for anything else, like no one's saying that like there needs to like that a concert needs to be open air in Green Bay. You know, everybody would be probably pretty pumped if there was a dome, if it was raining or if it was snowing or whatever. So it's like if they want to make this functional as a space at
Right.
times, like yeah.
Although, like I said, I can guarantee you the reason why Chicago's are pushing for a dome, they want one thing in mind. They want to host the Super Bowl. And that's what is pretty much driving it.
That's a great point.
I would say, as a sports fan, is there a worse experience than going to a game where you can't feel your face or your toes because of how cold it is, and then your team gets their ass kicked, like, and then you paid hundreds of dollars to do it? Talk
Yes.
about like, the worst experience.
It's a terrible
Oh.
feeling, but being out there in the elements is so fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Nah.
there's
I love it.
nothing better than
I mean,
Love it.
I
I
went
went
to
to-
a snow game at Lambeau, and I thought I'm never going to another snow game at Lambeau.
Oh God,
The Bears
I
practice.
thought I'm not going to another game if it's not in the middle of December, January.
I went to that game in Cleveland when we had Brett Hundley starting in Cleveland for that year, and that was bitter. That was no snow, but it was wind effect right in the back of the lake. Oh my God.
All right, it looks like Raj is going to the board. Give me 1 second here. Let's listen up.
I'm gonna go Quinn Mitchell.
Tackle would not be. There's no unless you're going.
beyond the field, but in the community.
Yeah, probably
They can go-
corner.
they can
Well,
go
they,
Jordan Morgan, Rosengarten.
Rose Garden Morgan, yes, but they did just take JC or not JC Horn, Joey Porter's kid.
Presented by Nationwide.
Cam Hayward is looking rough in that suit. I'll just say that much.
We are proud to welcome.
The tie is all off. It looks ill-fitting. Is he a dolphin? Like what?
It's
It's a weird color choice.
All right, let's see what the pick is here. I feel like it's been like a half hour.
The most importantly, once they think to the Payton family, the NFL, and Nationwide. The NFL draft is special.
Gotta get that
To my fellow
sponsor.
NFL players and the prospects joining the league this week.
Just announce the pick.
I want to challenge you. Use your platform to brighten someone's day. The opportunity before you is a gift.
This isn't church.
By coming here and being in this league, seize that moment. Be better in our community.
well, he is man of the year, I guess.
Thank you so much.
I feel like Kevin Owens during a commercial break on WWE Raw.
Here we go.
Here we go.
With the 20th pick,
Sorry, I'm a little ahead of you guys, so I'm not gonna spoil it. So
Pittsburgh Steelers select Troy Bonatanu.
Okay, another offensive tackle. So we are
They
coming
said
up on pick 21.
By the way,
So we
this
got
is-
6 picks.
The
in
top
total.
3 corners are
This
still in the
is
board.
trade. This is my
didn't someone say Miami didn't have a pick, or did they just trade in?
Well,
Miami doesn't have a pick after this till
until
Oh, okay.
like the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, I'm looking right now, if I'm Green Bay, package 41 and 58. You get whoever you want here at 21, and then whoever falls to you at 25.
Miami does the second, but they don't have anything after that.
I love it. I mean, this would be perfect.
trade up though. Like,
Does that work on the draft pick value?
It's pretty much even. The value of 41 and 58 is 22, I think. So maybe you have to add like a late round pick.
255.
And I guess it depends on which draft board that your teams are looking at. But with a team like Miami, they don't have another pick until
They
like
have a second, but they have nothing till the 5th.
yeah, they have the second rounder and then no picks in the 3rd, 4th, and then not until the late 5th. So they might be a team that is looking at, okay, let's go get a couple of these second rounders instead. I'm at least making that call because if I can get both Quinyon Mitchell and then either a Cooper DeJean or Graham Barton at 25, you have 2 blue chippers in my eyes that you have the 5th-year option on. That to me alone puts the value of that extra pick in the 50s. That just like, I don't know. I think it's more than worth it given the way that the board has fallen so far. It could not have fallen any more perfect for Green Bay right now.
Are you saying that because you feel that they need to take a cornerback? Maybe you guys have talked about this already. I'm sorry. Like, do you feel they need to take a cornerback in the first round? Like, you're gonna be mad if it's an offensive lineman or something like that.
No,
I'm fine with either one of those.
He's saying it because he's got a man crush on Cooper DeJean.
I have a man crush on Cooper DeJean. That's for sure. But I also don't view him as necessarily a corner. To me, he is Tyrann Mathieu. You put him wherever you need him to be. Put him in the deep at safety. Put him in the box. Put him in the slot. Put him outside when you need to, depending on the matchup. Put him at linebacker in certain like he's just. You can put him anywhere, and he's bigger than a Tyrann Mathieu. So a bigger honey badger, that works for me. I don't know. That's
Works for me too.
Jake, who are you with? I can't really see. Are you with? Is that Wickman?
What's that?
Who are you with? Is that Wickman?
That's Wickman, yeah.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, buddy.
Who else?
And then Andy Savey as well.
Hey, what's okay? That's
Squad Sixers in the house, man. You were in Squad 6.
I was never
In Indiana, you were in Squad
I went
6.
one time.
We're counting it.
Yeah, that was like
When actually was fun.
I went one time. I got talked into that.
Yeah.
By
You had a great time.
Somebody I don't speak.
Boys.
That Squad 6 moment was when somebody talked me into it by making me wear Ultimate Warrior face mask and the armbands, and then Brandon Jennings goes off for 55
That's right.
3/4.
I guess that was this guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I talked
believe my
about
my roommate
Jennings
my roommate got out of it a couple of years ago because they really made it bad.
Wait, Austin, are you deucing out?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it in bed and then fall asleep.
All right. I can see you might have some help falling asleep there, buddy.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Been a long day.
All right. If you want to jump back on after the Packers pick, feel free, man. Love you, buddy.
Guys, do bye.
Hey Jacob, did you guys talk earlier about the old Caleb Williams tweets about him being a Packer fan?
There's always every Bear player.
Yeah.
There's always a Packer tweet. It's hilarious.
I saw somebody mention that if Caleb Williams, I think it was Bart actually. Bart said if Caleb Williams comes out and doesn't talk about the Packers in his press conference,
Stud.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
If he does talk about the Packers, he's gonna bust.
Yeah,
That's true.
totally.
The Bears continue to have this weird inferiority complex. Like, first thing that you'll say, oh, you know, I'm happy to be in Chicago and we're going to beat Green Bay.
Little brothers.
Lovey Smith syndrome.
I don't get it. Every other team is like, oh, well, I want to win a Super Bowl. Every other player, I want to win a championship. I want to beat Green Bay. You're never going to go anywhere with that mindset.
That started with Lovey Smith, if I remember right.
Yep. As the head coach. Like, well, and Ryan Pace, their GM, said it too in his introductory.
It wasn't
who was against Green Bay?
Who was that defensive player last year? Says I'm not losing Green Bay this year, and they go and get swept.
Brisker, and then Montez Sweat. I think last week said something about it. Like,
I'm tired of losing to those guys.
What a bizarre thing! Like, to just clearly
Little brother syndrome.
It's the Tim Heidecker gif of the hey, come here. It's free.
And then there's some Bear fan that did his mock draft to have all the teams' logos spell out Packers suck. I'm like, really? That's what you're concerned about right now? You're going to take some person from Purdue at the number 1 overall pick just to say Packers suck?
The thing that has become clearer to me as I've been getting older is the NFL is about well-run organizations. It's not about having the right people at the right time. There's teams that's like
Sustainability.
Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Pittsburgh,
Green Bay.
quarterback,
Yep.
but they're still making the playoffs.
Well, and then you have teams that are always, oh, we've got this cap space and we're signing these guys, and then they're always picking in the top 5, and the top 10. Tennessee, Washington, Chicago, like, yeah, it's.
They'll have
I think winning
once in
or
a while, but it's not sustainable.
Success breeds success. And
Jacksonville, another team like that, I think too.
Jacksonville, yes.
Tampa, they'll pop up and then they'll be gone.
The Raiders, like, I think when you look at like Green Bay, they have a system in place, and then when someone like Ted Thompson's time is up, it's like we're not looking for the flashy guy. It's like, let's find the next Ted that fits our program and what we want to do.
Which, by the way, the org that's picking now is one of those teams that just pops up and then we're going to fall off.
Oh, Miami,
They're not
absolutely.
sustainable.
Yeah.
Miami, I still can't get over that their head coach is just like Tony Khan. Like,
He
Jake,
is very much the millennial douche.
what were you were just talking about with like well-run teams? I saw this thing on Reddit this week, and it said something about how like when we picked Tony Mandrich, the fact that we picked this guy who was like a steroid freak who like totally busted because the NFL cracked down on steroids, that was what like got them the Packers to like replace like this like really archaic like board thing that they had that was making all the decisions.
All right,
So,
Goodell's at the podium, guys.
It's a rock bottom moment for Green Bay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go. Miami's pick.
Also, one of the greatest things that ever happened to the franchise because they fixed everything. They have the thing about the Packers is they have core beliefs, and they stick to those core beliefs.
Here we go, Miami.
This is probably a corner here. They cut Howard.
Another edge rusher. So we are 4 picks
say
away.
Philly's gonna
The
take
top
Quinn Mitchell.
3 corners are still on the board.
Philly's got to take Mitchell here.
This is crazy, guys. What I mean,
Dallas is not going to take a corner either. They're going to take.
I don't know. I can see Dallas doing something really crazy because they've, I think there some friction between Parsons and the organization this offseason a little bit, or am I misreading
it's
something?
Dallas. I mean, it's as long
Right.
as Jerry's there, it's going to be a shit show.
So Parsons has a big ass podcast where he's basically trying to become a defensive coordinator, head coach. So he invites these quarterbacks on, and then they like debate schemes to try and like
Why no?
outsmart each other.
Parsons not a corner.
Parsons
Parsons a
trying to, like, set
linebacker.
himself up for a career after. He's very much like
the Kelseys.
Yes, he's trying to have some sort of safety net if something were to happen to him, something along those lines.
Who's Dallas's like stud corner? Because Parsons is a linebacker.
Diggs.
I just realized
They have
that.
Trayvon Diggs.
Diggs, yes.
Stephon
Diggs.
Gilmore.
Was there?
Stephon Gilmore, but I think is he free agent?
No, he's still there.
Didn't he-
And then they
Didn't
have,
Diggs just tear his ACL last year or something? So I don't know if he's coming back for that. And
Yeah, Diggs had a severe injury. I mean,
so I can see them doing corner.
Dallas is somewhat of a wild
yeah,
card.
Dallas lost Tyron Smith, and
They also have Duron Bland, who they really like at corner. He's not
they lost
great,
Somebody
but they like
else on the offensive line too.
I'm not too familiar with the draft board stats right now, but would they go running back here? Because obviously they don't really have running back on the
They're not a
roster.
running back. That's
I mean, if there was a
Right,
running back
okay.
that could sneak in around 1, it would be Trey Benson from Florida State. But I
No chance.
would be surprised to see a running back, although it's been a completely offensive draft so far. So I don't know. It
No,
just
I
takes
wouldn't-
one team.
I wouldn't be shocked to see Graham Barton. Graham Barton's probably going to be your Dallas pick.
Or the center,
They
Oregon,
they are
Jackson Powers
rebuilding their
Johnson.
entire interior line.
Yeah,
Dallas is.
yeah. It's going to be Graham Barton's going to probably be your Dallas pick. This should be a corner right here. This is going to be a corner right here. It's going to be one of them is going to come off right here.
Who do you think?
I mean,
Probably, I would say with the way
Terry and
Philly
Arnold.
plays, yes, Terry and Arnold. They're a
Alabama.
press aggressive team. It's Terry and Arnold. If Green Bay stays where they're at, doesn't need to move, and you have potentially a shot at Quinion Mitchell.
Wow,
Shit.
talk
Green
about
Bay
the
stays
board
in where
falling
they're
your
at,
way.
and Mitchell and DeJean both fall to them.
Trade up, baby.
Did you know?
Then
that we
look
have
at
a
the other
hot thing on
teams
the
behind them. Tampa.
No.
They got.
Buffalo doesn't have a lot of picks. They traded them to us.
I just received a text. The Minnesota Vikings, as of now, have 3 picks in next year's draft. A first and then 2 fifth-round picks, and that's all they have. That is fucking brilliant. I love it. For JJ McCarthy and Dallas Turner. I mean, okay, I hope it was worth it for you guys.
Arizona's got a ton. They're not going to be able to move up with Arizona. You're not going to move up with
by your house Sunday?
Detroit. Baltimore.
Yeah, you
never
never told me
great.
wrong.
Probably Buffalo.
No.
If it's
What-
gotta be
what-
Buffalo's got-
I had no idea.
It's pretty with Brian Thomas Jr. on the board, so they probably don't want to move unless he goes.
Don't
Maybe
they have-
Jacksonville takes him.
No, I don't think see scenarios where we back up. Maybe Carolina at 33, and then you're losing that.
I'm
pick
only
there.
trading into the first, though. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
need
not
that
good.
5th year. All right,
Then you just stick.
Pig is in for Philly. Let's
yeah,
see
and
what
everybody
happens
else. I mean,
here.
you're not trading with San Francisco. KC's got all their picks literally just lined
Yeah.
up.
Don't these teams realize that like trading for pick and having no picks is
Fuck
not
off.
going to build a successful team?
No, the Rams won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're like the one team that like where it worked, where you
But
went
they
all
went
in
all
and then
Philly
But
kind
they went all in for vets. Minnesota's going all in
Mhm.
for
yeah, the
Philly
Rams
pretty
and you know, I guess you would say yes, it was worth it. They got a
San
Super
Francisco
Bowl, but they
trades.
didn't have an extended run where you know they were
No.
dominant for 3, even 2 years.
I guess the model would be Philly and San
And
Fran because they're
Tampa did the same thing with far as trade going all in with the
has
Brady
so many
years.
They're probably a bunch of comps.
They've got a 1, 2 2s, a 4, 3 5s, and a 6.
The one thing
think
about
it's the second
that
two.
text I just got about Minnesota
18 and
having
21.
3 picks next year, I think it just reminds me that we as Packer
So it was
fans
18.
need to realize how good we have it. That like they
18 would
consistently
be
stack
about
picks, and then they
5
just they
Yeah,
have a
look it up.
system that they move guys in, they replenish positions, like
Bengals.
they just stay ahead of it. They never get desperate. So Packer fans in general, I think, are spoiled. They think like
Well, and you
Super Bowl is a
and you
god-
mentioned the well-run
right?
organizations too. Like we've had consistent quarterback play for 30 years, but that's what a lot of teams kill for. So I mean, you look at like Pittsburgh too. They've had a long, sustained run of quarterbacks until like the last 2 years.
And it is weird, like the Packer fan base that if Green Bay misses on a pick, they like hold on to that forever. Like, oh, but he missed this. Like he missed AJ Dillon in the second round. It's like
Somebody that's still holding on to TJ Watt.
They got 50.
well, they didn't make that pick. That I'm
They got
saying if
50 from New Orleans.
they screw up a pick, that's when Green Bay fans will hold on to it forever. But yes, I still hang on to the TJ Watt fiasco.
I mean, what was the last like bust of a pick we've had? It's been a while.
Green
Yeah,
Bay? I mean, AJ
Yeah.
Dillon in the second round, you know,
I'll say more first round.
Stokes was bust from an injury standpoint. Like
Wyatt, probably.
Wyatt hasn't been great.
Wyatt has not produced thus far.
What Dayton Jones maybe?
No,
Yeah.
wait.
All right, here we go. Philly on the
This will be
Coming in
this will be
hot.
a corner.
oh my god.
Talk about Brazil.
Brazil.
By the way, guys, if
You realize
haven't
no one's
noticed,
wearing green that
Miguel
day?
is fucked up on painkillers
Did you
tonight.
hear about the Brazil thing?
Yeah, you can't wear green.
Oh, yeah.
Cannot wear green
Oh yeah.
in that stadium.
So that means Philadelphia's gonna wear black. We're gonna wear white.
No, they've already released the Packers with all white and Philly with all black.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, Goodell is totally tripping right now. He is buzzed, man.
And potentially earn a spot on our NFL.
Also,
I mean, you would be in Detroit too.
It's a major competitive advantage. I know. You don't have to go to Philly and play a road game in Philly, and you get extra rest for your week 2 game.
It helps.
Yeah, I was very shocked that they chose Packers just from that standpoint.
Let's join Jordan live from the
It also helps that the game's played 2 days earlier on a Friday night, opposed to being like the London games are on Sunday.
Oh,
Here we go. Here's the pick.
Thank you, Uncle Roger. Good evening to those of
Oh,
you.
he's Australian.
Down under. With the 22nd pick in the 2020
He was on rugby.
NFL draft.
Remember last year?
The Philadelphia Eagles select Quinion Mitchell. Defensive
Yeah. All right, there goes the top corner in the draft, Quinion Mitchell from Toledo.
So even if, as a Packer fan, even if worst case scenario,
Terry
we go Arnold, DeJean, Green Bay's on the clock, you still get Newton. You still get or
Or
Barton.
Barton.
Like you,
Man, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think
I
Jacksonville
think you said this.
might take DeJean.
You said this during our mock draft. Why does fucking Philly always get the guy that slots?
That falls. Yep. Philly, they always get the
That's how I feel
premium
about
defensive
Baltimore.
guy that he falls
Baltimore
to
does it every
way lower than he should. It's kind of annoying.
now here's the thing about Quinion Mitchell. And he tested amazing. He played great at the Senior Bowl.
He doesn't have flaws.
He hasn't played any competition.
No, and
He played in the MAC.
you're right, but in fairness to him, he declined to transfer.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of people that were interested in bringing him to
No.
a Power 5.
I mean, 25
Saban-
passes defended. That's
Saban said that had he played for Alabama, he would be a top 3 pick. He said that during the McAfee show today.
He's great. It's always one of those things where when these guys play at small schools, when I'm taking it, and notice Green Bay never takes small schools in the first round.
Fair.
Yeah.
When was the last small school guy they took in the first round?
Wasn't it the wide receiver? Was he a first round?
Watson.
No,
was,
they haven't done a wide receiver since
I mean,
Javon
the
Walker, yeah.
smallest school guy they've taken in the first round is Jair.
to be fair. They
That's
tried
still
to take
Power 5.
Christian Watson. in the
Jair
first
used Florida
round, but
State.
They weren't able to get into the first.
Yeah, the Vikings wouldn't trade with them. The Vikings wouldn't trade their first for Mitchell. They would only trade their second.
Andy, you consider Florida State small?
There's other ones.
There's not.
What's that, Darren?
Didn't Andy just say Jair was our last small school? Didn't he go from Florida State?
No, he was Louisville.
Louisville.
He's
Ah.
small-ish.
It's a Power 5
Okay.
school. It's ACC.
I thought it was Florida State. My bad.
It's so Dayton was UCLA.
We'd have to go back,
Perry, USC.
I'm gonna look it up.
I mean, 2005 from Butte Community College.
So the last non
This guy has Quinny Mitchell has 46 pass breakups in his career. That is off the charts, man.
He's fucking
That is
insane.
crazy. 25 passes defended in 22. Like, he was targeted a lot. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to find a negative. Like,
No, he's really good. He's
Yeah.
lockdown. He's a cornerback one. He's really good.
it's physical. Like, yeah,
the last
that's fuck you,
non-Power
Philly.
5 pick the Packers made in the first
Just
round.
compared him to
was in
Jair Alexander. There you go.
1977. They picked Ezra Johnson,
We all remember that.
defensive end from Morris Brown.
I was -1.
Morris
All
Brown.
right, Jacksonville's pick is in. I
so
have a sneaking suspicion that my guy's coming off the board
since
here.
Ted took over, it's been Cal, Ohio State, Tennessee, Boston College, USC, Iowa, Mississippi State,
Iowa.
USC, UCLA, Alabama, Arizona State,
Iowa.
UCLA, Louisville, Michigan, Maryland.
Iowa.
Oh, Jordan Love.
Yeah,
There you go. How'd
Jordan
you forget him? Come on.
right under our
Ohio
nose.
Nevada State.
Well, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. What did
Yeah.
I say? Nevada?
Yeah.
Why did I say Nevada?
Then we've gone, just for the record, the last 4 picks have been Iowa, Georgia, Georgia, Georgia.
Georgia. They do love their Georgia.
I mean,
guy.
they have the same logo.
Right. They're like Bizarro Green Bay.
Well, it's either that or Grambling.
Yeah, like you'd think you guys can't come up with your own G. Like, is it really that hard? AI is a thing now.
Well, it's like Cudahy. They got that.
Yeah.
They got the Bears C on their helmet.
All right.
Well, I mean, like New Berlin West has the Minnesota Viking. I think that's pretty common too.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. The little horn action.
I mean, even my alma mater, Whitnall, had like the Falcon that the Atlanta Falcons had back in the day.
So if all these corners go off, you still want them to pick a corner.
No, not necessarily. I mean, I guess it depends
You
because,
like the player, not you.
I
Like
think
you gotta like
there's-
the player, not the position.
and I do want to mention
Right.
right now, Tony Khan is selling an injury from his wrestling show right now on the NFL draft coverage.
Wait,
What a fucking
he was on there? Did you see him?
He was in a crown, an actual like.
He took a wrestling move last night in the ring, and he's now in a neck brace for the NFL draft. Fucking
Which he
loser.
just turned his
Oh.
entire-
Oh man.
Just for
Oh,
record, his neck brace. 'cause
pick
he
us in,
got
guys.
stomach.
Announced.
All right, here comes the pick. My guy's coming off the board. I'm telling you, I feel it.
I don't think so. I think they're going wide out. They just lost all their wide receivers.
Oh!
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
they lost all
So
their wide
Green
receivers.
Bay right now is looking at Terry and Arnold and Cooper DeJean on the board. You're going to get one of those two available to you. At this point, I'm ready to have my heart broken that they are going to pick neither of them.
So I got a question for you as a
Get ready for that. Yeah, get ready for that.
fanboy.
Mhm.
They pick Cooper. Who returns kicks?
Cooper.
No,
Well, no.
no.
What's his
Nixon?
face?
Nixon or
yeah.
Cooper?
Keaton Nixon?
Kicks. Cooper returns punts.
No, Jake.
Well, first of all, no one's going to return kicks. They're getting rid of that in the NFL.
Cooper DeJean
No one's
is the
returning
number one
kicks.
punt return in the country the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's
Jake
electric.
Reed is not your
If you take Cooper DeJean, yes, I think you put Nixon in on the kick returns, DeJean on punts. He is electric in the open field on punt
Sir.
returns.
What?
Jaden Reed. I think Jaden Reed is the number one receiver
No.
on the Green Bay Packers.
I don't think so. They
Good
don't have
debate.
a
All right, who's the number one Packers receiver in your
There
eyes
is
right now?
The answer is there is no number one.
You have to
wide
pick
receiver.
one.
You have to pick one.
In
There's
fact, here,
no-
how
who
about
is your-
this?
Who is your go-to guy on third down?
Romeo.
Tight end.
Dobbs, probably Dobbs.
Tight end.
On third down,
Yes,
I
tight end.
think it's been. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
been
not-
Dobbs.
Third down for sure.
No, it's tight end.
So if you have to rank the receivers on Green Bay,
You have to rank the wide
you
receiver.
have to. What's you? what are you
Okay,
looking
third and
Well,
four.
At full strength, are we talking? Are we going to include injuries
Full
in this?
strength at
'Cause
third and four. Where is Jordan going with the ball?
Dobbs.
at? Dobbs.
I said that Dobbs is one because he's got the size.
Out pattern.
Yeah, these are different questions. Yeah, like what is the like who's wide receiver one?
All right, I'll go first. Wide receiver one, if everybody's healthy, is Christian Watson, and everybody
I-
can shut the
I-
fuck up if they don't agree. Like he's not only like their most dominant physical presence, but his even with all the games he's missed, he's like been one of the most productive receivers of the last
Yeah.
two seasons.
Well, and you can do like end arounds with him because he's like that speed guy, you know,
I
end
want to stop all
around.
that shit personally. Like he's just
I'm
too
down with
big for that in my eyes, and given the injuries
It's
that he
gotta
had.
be. It's a trick play when they do it with him.
I'm going Watson 1. This is tough. Reed 2.
Dontayvion Wicks.
Right now, Dobbs 3, Wicks 4, Melton 5. But this is a great problem to have. I mean,
Oh,
to try
absolutely.
to rank these guys. Even Melton, I think, is
Green Bay runs
Underrated
a
is-
socialist offense.
yeah.
This is a socialist offense.
It's a woke liberal offense.
It literally is. They're
Of course, we lost the
No
running back in
wrong
that equation now too, though, because you always throw Aaron Jones on the sweep too a lot, or the short
We
passing
got
game.
Jacobs though. He's a good receiver.
I mean,
Is he?
and I'm going to shock you with this.
Look at the
Josh
draft party.
Jacobs is a
Look at the
much,
draft party in
much
Dallas.
better,
No Jerry Jones.
much better
Good coach.
receiver than Aaron Jones. Good
Okay.
team would be.
I don't know if I go that far to say much better.
Ju-
but they're both great.
Exponentially, just wait.
He's better.
So-
Exponentially better.
If you ask me for my 5, I mean, I agree. Fully healthy Watson's 1.
Mhm.
Third and four, where are you getting 5 yards?
I don't even know besides Jake.
So I go Reed 2, but then I'm gonna go. This is tough.
Who was your best route runner? That
I really like
separation?
Dontavian Wicks. I really like Dontavian Wicks, so I'm gonna take him.
Who
3.
led the league in separation percentage last year?
Wicks?
Dontavian Wicks.
Well, and here's like where I would say where I would put Wicks in the picture. I think he has the potential to be their best receiver.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
I don't know if I put him there right now, just because Watson has been productive when healthy. So
Big win.
again, if we're saying health is not an issue here, I think I'd go Watson, but it would not surprise me in the least bit, even as soon as this
No,
season,
the other problem.
if Wicks is their number
The other
one
thing
receiver.
is, it all depends on scheme too for the Packers because
Or your flavor.
if you have Kraft and Musgrave available, that kind of limits Reed because he's an over the middle guy.
Yeah, but he plays outside too.
He plays outside, but when I think of Reed and all his big catches, they were over the middle.
Well, and I
Yeah.
think in an ideal world, you want him to be that.
If
right
you're
up
running
top
two-
type.
2 tight end sets, Reed's coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to rub on Reed.
Which, just for the record, this is something I've said to you for years. But going back 5 years, this is what I wanted when McCarthy was here. Because what you could have done with Rodgers and McCarthy, because McCarthy didn't care about calling plays, like LaFleur is very good at, but he cares about setting up plays and all that more so than McCarthy did.
Yeah, the cadence.
You put a formation out there, and it doesn't matter what it is. Like you have like Jones and oh, you're gonna line up on dime and we're gonna have Jones out there. Okay, and with a tight end, we're gonna run I formation. We're gonna put a guy in the backfield
Lost
with a
art.
tight end and just pound it because you're in dime, and we're gonna go no huddle, and we're just gonna pound it in your face. Oh, you're gonna go base? We're gonna spread it and just play the mismatch.
I just want to point out under the right or different context, there's just a lot of pounding and spreading going on. Like, hey, that's where my adolescent mind goes.
Dallas is running this down
Yeah, maybe they're
a
trying
lot.
to.
A lot.
It's in.
It's in. Holy shit, it's in.
After pounding and spreading,
It's gotta be.
I
It's gotta
think-
be. This has to be Barton. Barton or Guyton.
You're way ahead, I think. Like way ahead.
Barton, Guyton. I'm telling you, Jackson Powers Johnson could be a first rounder. Like, if you want a 10-year starting center, there's your guy.
Oh,
Detroit trades up ahead of Green Bay. Fuck you,
Whoa.
Lions.
This is Cooper.
It's got to be CDG or
If they
Arian.
take, I'm leaving. I'm leaving if they take Cooper DeJean.
So
I'm fucking leaving.
Side note, going back to who traded out of this pick, Dallas has started to figure things out.
I thought this was their year, and it turns out it's
Well-
never Dallas's year.
Well, their quarterback is why it's not their year.
You don't like Dak, huh?
Don't like Dak.
Certainly hasn't proven in big games yet.
At Dax week.
All right, the pick is in. Please just put me out of my misery.
This is going to be Cooper.
No, it's not. No way. They need a true corner. They got Branch. They got.
Is asking who's done the most work.
Is Gardner Johnson?
Oh, that's right. They got Branch.
Gardner Johnson. agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got Garner Johnson back there too.
I don't think they go hybrid. I think they go true corner.
Number 73 that they got.
That's a big ass price. That is a huge fucking price.
They give up.
Pick 73 to move up 5 spots.
It's a huge price. This is
Can we?
Johnny Newton or Terrion Arnold. That's
So
all
the Bears didn't move up, but the Vikings and the Lions both felt the need to move up.
Well, the Bears don't have anything to move up.
So it's Green Bay's
Well,
world.
they
man.
also acquired Carlton Davis from the Buccaneers for 2024. So they might. This might not be a cornerback. This could be Newton. This could be Barton.
This is either
This could be Barton too.
You don't think they traded in front of us?
they have one of the best. They got Frank right now. No,
Give me a tackle,
this
really.
is definitely this has to be a corner.
60,000 of them are wearing Michigan gear. Trying to
They
get
got
back
two.
I'm gonna say Davis is not that
Run flash of my Michigan Nikes that my nephew.
Terrion Arnold final answer.
Michigan beat everybody.
How great would it be if you had like Biden out here announcing the picks?
Not really.
It'd be fun to watch.
It would be hilarious to watch. He might slur a little less or a little
That's
more.
kind of what Goodell
little
reminded me of
more.
up there at the podium.
Statuesque, robotic, kind of.
I
So I've
think
got I got the ESPN feed on. They just showed Arnold in the draft room looking at his phone up, whatever that means.
all right.
It's got to be Terrion Arnold. This has to be Terrion Arnold.
That's a sweet.
I wouldn't hate it
They've been
because
linked. They've been linked to pure corners.
you know what I just realized though.
Is there a wide?
I want them to break my heart right now and take the guy that I want because I would rather have Detroit take him than Green Bay not take him.
Yeah, pass out. This is Jake's existence. Every year, either he nails it or they pass on his guy and he has a meltdown.
This is true. Okay, the pick has been in for like 10 minutes now. What is going on? This shit drives me
They're
They're queuing up, lose your stuff for Eminem to come out.
I think it's going to be more Arnold than G.
They're gonna take a pure corner. There's no way they don't take a pure corner. They're gonna take an outside guy.
But once again,
DeJean is not an outside guy, so we can all like.
can we?
at times.
The Lions won the division. The Lions won the division last year. They still felt they needed to jump in front of Green Bay in the draft.
Again, free
To
real
not
estate,
let
All
Green
baby.
Bay get the guy.
He's at the podium now.
Swinging, man. And now we are going to have 8 high schoolers give their graduation speech before the pick is announced.
And you know they're going to go to the commercial when the Packers pick is in, right?
No, they're talking about the flag football being an Olympic sport, maybe.
Our pick was going to be at 10:10. It's 10:03.
Well done, Max.
Got it. We should have got some
Those
carrying
girls on the
Regina
end look pretty big. For,
Michigan Girls Flag High School Football League.
clearly, they're inclusive at King and.
Yeah.
Men and women embody NFL values of respect, integrity, resiliency, and
That's going to suck to go
responsibility
against Terry and Arnold if they could.
Congratulations on your accomplishments and your.
Oh my God,
football career.
Raj
Now to make this
Percocet, Molly
please
Percocet.
welcome Ellie Bagley.
I did not know that Raj was on that lean.
I think Raj made a trip to Tijuana before he came up here.
Hey, he just went to Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Got some of that special sauce.
Yeah.
Here we go. Break my heart.
Uh-oh, Jake.
Hey, all right.
Uh-oh, Jake. Here we go.
Now
Do we-
comes the
do-
butt
do-
pucker. Now
do we-
comes
do
the
we
butt
need-
pucker.
Do we
So
need
let's-
heart medicines for Jacob now? Do we need some heart pills for him?
Let you go.
I might have to leave the room.
Just gonna let you go. We might need.
I did not think this was going to happen. I didn't think Cooper DeJean would be on the board.
fresh one.
Why is he falling?
I
don't
think it's just.
fall.
I don't think it's a fall so much. It is
He
like
doesn't have a set
we just
position.
had that run of offensive players. We had the run of offensive tackles, and now I mean it's a what do they call it? Monkey see, monkey do thing. Now the corners are starting to come off the board.
Mhm.
Green Bay. It's so hard. He's my guy, so like I want to sell this so much, but he is somebody that you can use in so many different ways, and they don't necessarily have like we have to have an outside guy. We need a slot guy. We need. I mean, they do need a safety, but I think you can play him at safety at times. This very much reminds me of when TJ Watt fell to them. And everybody in the world wanted him, and everybody thought Green Bay was going to take him. And then we saw their logo disappear on the screen when they were on the clock. I'm a little worried that that's what's going to happen here. I'm going to pop open another Athletic NA right here.
Oh,
Making
you're
the Athletic Brewing Company. So this
I
is
think
like a
it's
Miller Lite.
different- I think it's a different one.
Yeah, this is different. This is looks.
I got
it's
Nick's
like
the
a
It's
Miller-
designed to look like a Miller Lite. So
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's the line.
All right, Packers pick us in.
Nick's a beer guy, right?
Nick's a beer guy.
I got a
Green Bay is officially
I'm drinking
their pick is
Eagle Park
in, they did not
Rectifier.
say.
Oh, beautiful. That's good.
Oh yeah, that's
They'll drag out 4 minutes for whoever said 10-10. maybe they'll talk about some Detroit area restoration project for 4 minutes.
cooler for tonight.
this.
Ever had
Well, actually,
that Eagle Park Ecto
this is a light, but it tastes more like a genuine draft to me.
Maybe they sent the Packers player down to Brazil too to do this.
Guys, they're
They
gonna-
cut to the shot. He's not there. Like you got abducted at the airport.
So you're saying that game is going to be on Friday night?
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday night. That's cool.
Because it's before college starts. There's some broadcasting loophole they were able to do it.
Look it up.
So it's they're gonna have Thursday night football for the Chiefs and whoever they play. Packers Eagles Friday. There's some with that week. It only works that week for some broadcasting, right? Because there's no high school or college or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, we don't
Just
need
like-
the fucking prom suit interview here. Just get to our pick, please.
Well, that's just like the NFL is playing football games on a Wednesday for Christmas this year, and that's going to be a new tradition now. They're going to play every Christmas day, no matter what day of the week.
I want to interrupt to say Terry and Arnold just said y'all got a star to the Detroit Lions fans. Okay, I don't like you. Let's remember that when Jordan Love is, thrown over the top of this douchebag, and
Yeah, he's short. Short and light.
Short, not super fast. I mean, he's got the Bama glow, I guess. You play at
pedigree.
Bama,
Yeah.
cool. Athleticism 70. Okay. I don't know. I'm always wary of Alabama players, anyways, because yes, you could have, they recruit all these 5-star guys, but how many of them are benefiting from just playing off of other 5-star guys, and you don't know who the real studs are? Like the gravity that someone like Arnold can get when you have, Dallas Turner coming off the edge. Like, who's the other guy? Their other rusher. He's going to get drafted second round. Braswell. Like, that's helpful. Look at these women happy that they became pseudo millionaires just now. Good for them. I always get a kick out of like family members of the guys that get drafted that are going nuts. Like, really, they're going to act like they're in support, but really it's just like, I'm paid.
The best one was Russell Wilson getting drafted. That whole picture they have of his
and
girlfriend at the time.
wife climaxed.
Yeah,
That was bizarre.
Her jaw came out of her.
Yeah, like she had the big, predator mouth. Like,
Will Levis
Oh, geez, Decker Report is eligible. They're so worried about that.
last year at the draft because she got a Burger King sponsorship.
all right, we're still talking about Terry and Arnold. Come on, our pick is in.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a sign they just showed on ESPN. Decker Report is eligible. They're so worried about that Monday night game from like week 16.
Let it
And not
go.
how they got screwed over in San Fran in that game, in the NFC title game. They're worried about week 16 in the.
Loser mentality, man. It runs rampant for some reason with Green Bay's rivals.
Yeah, they're taking a step back this year.
I was honestly surprised that they took a step forward this past year. I thought that they were kind of like the darling that everybody was talking about. I didn't think they were gonna. So yeah, maybe this is the year they do.
I did a divisional parlay, and I figured the Lions were gonna win the division last year. That's where I put my money on. But so like I say, at least I had it. But yeah, I think they'll be a one and done.
They showed who they were when it counted.
My college roommate's not happy.
How much more coverage is this pick gonna get? Like, I swear it's been like 20 minutes since.
Team that picks right in front of Green Bay.
I guess it is in Detroit.
Well, I mean, someone said 10-10, so they'll be pretty damn close.
Yeah, 10-11 right now.
Right. He's walking out now on my stream, so we'll have a 5-minute speech.
All right, so no spoilers there, and
I'm
gonna mute you.
Yeah, I went off camera.
I'm so muting you.
Here we go.
Oh, you muted yourself. Good for you, Darren. Oh my God, I can't handle this.
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers and hosts for the 2025 NFL Draft. Jordan Morgan, tackle, Arizona.
Jordan Morgan could really play guard or tackle. I think we earlier in his career was coming back from that this past season.
So let's talk about Jordan Morgan.
You knew it was one or the other. It was good,
And the Buccaneers already picked. Wow. Buccaneers picks already in.
So we're talking about a guy who they question if he can stick a tackle.
He's not going to stick it.
That's what they said about Bulaga.
Fair.
That's what they said about Bulaga, that he couldn't stick a tackle, but he did for his whole career. Jordan Morgan, I'm looking up some stats right now. Since 2022, has faced 880 pass blocking snaps. Has only allowed 31 pressures and 3 sacks.
So is this supposed to be the Bach replacement then, or?
This
Or
is
my-
probably your
Zach Tom to bump inside replacement.
or for right now, it's going to be your
It's gonna be
Josh Nyman.
I wouldn't say that. He could play at right guard. He
Depends
could
on
play
your
at
faith
right guard.
in Sean Ryan, but
The other thing that I think this is, as Jacob's not here, Gutekunst plays the long game.
yeah, it's a long game plan.
Did you see the contracts that were given to tackles this week? I don't know if they could pay Zach Tom.
Tom is 1 more year and then has to be paid.
Yep.
Josh Myers is expiring
After this year. So we got Tom for 2.
Oh wow. Lions fans are laughing at the Jordan Love fan there on the ESPN broadcast. Let's fuel it.
Don't you trust Gutekunst? That's what you literally came. You came into the draft saying you trusted that man. You came into the draft saying you trusted that man.
offensive line. Why wouldn't they pick the consensus top guy on the board? Like, I've been hearing, he's the athletic. He's got the versatility. This guy
had a 9-point
What's
RAS.
Ross?
A 9.2 RAS.
I don't get it.
He's got the Packer.
Fucking hate it.
Would you hate it if Cooper
Just do the show. I'm just gonna sit here.
Did you not hear? Did you not hear the stats I gave on Jordan Morgan?
Wasn't listening.
880 pass blocking snaps in the last 2 years at tackle. 3 sacks allowed.
pretty fucking good.
It's pretty good.
Why'd he give up 3? I mean, what happened?
He's a 9.24 RAS. His only concern
Cooper was like a 9.8.
he
Barton
runs
was
a
like a perfect 10.
he runs a 5.04 40.
Yeah, 40 doesn't matter for.
This is
He's got a 9.45. He's got a
reminiscent to me
2.88
of-
split and a 1.69 10-yard split.
This is Derek Sherrod
9.45
all over
and
again.
9
Right
points.
here.
No, there's no
There's
injury
no-
concerns here.
There's no injury
It's a
concerns.
who?
His he did tear his ACL, but it was over 2 years ago. What offensive
So
lineman
no
hasn't-
injury concerns into they tore his ACL.
Well, Derek Sherrod had back issues. Or no,
What
that
what
was
offensive
more
lineman
than-
hasn't torn their ACL?
Back issue. I mean,
What offensive lineman hasn't torn their ACL?
I hate it. If you want him,
Joe Thomas never tore his ACL. He tore his bicep.
right in that same class with him. Like they got
Andy, Joe Thomas, to answer your question, he never tore his ACL. He tore his bicep.
He saw the tackles coming off. He got nervous. I can't believe it.
How it changes.
How it changes.
How it changes.
He was always Morgan was always graded as a late round 1, early round 2 pick. Hey, don't give up yet. They could still move up.
Dang.
No, I don't.
All
see
the
it.
picks
I
are
don't-
probably in for the
I
first
don't-
round. We're
I
just
don't-
watching advertisements.
Yeah, I don't-
because that's the way the draft goes.
I don't see a way they're moving up. I also don't see. I don't think Cooper goes round 1 now.
He could go right here.
He could
He
potentially
could go
go.
to Arizona. He can go to Buffalo. He can go to Dallas. He
No,
can
I
go
don't
to
think he goes-
Baltimore. He can go to any of these teams in the first
No, why would Baltimore take him?
because they just take the best defensive player on the board. That's how they roll.
But hey, at least we drafted another offensive player
Bottom
for the
line
first time in how many years?
Jordan Morgan is he just needs to get stronger, whether he plays tackle or guard, but his athletic traits and fast hands are leading to a starting caliber player. So it's not like he's not going to be able to get stronger in the NFL. They're taking the projection. They're not taking the finished product.
That's what Goot does.
That's what Goot does.
That's the Goot move. All right.
And I believe he's also one of the younger players in the draft too.
Thanks for the invite, Jake. I'm jumping off. This was fun. I'm sorry it didn't work out the way you wanted.
It's okay. He's,
Yeah,
he's in the corner pouting. Thank you, Nick.
Good seeing you guys.
Good seeing you, Nick.
Likewise.
See ya.
It's not our show, but we got to carry it apparently.
You know what? I jumped off. You guys just go ahead and talk, man.
I believe Jordan Morgan's one of the younger players in the
Which
entire
it's
draft.
younger player, Power 5 shouldn't shock anyone. I know that there was a couple of Packers blog guys that had him as the pick.
Cooper's
his
one of the
profile.
youngest players in the draft. Who picked him? I'd have been happier with Edger and Cooper.
Yeah, I don't agree there.
Or Barton.
Barton
He started from day one.
Barton's a good point, but maybe they're projecting.
Start him at guard, move him to tackle next year.
This screams the same scenario as last year with Lucas Van Ness. This is going to be a redshirt year for Morgan. Just 4 picks tomorrow too.
If you're taking a tackle in the first round, you want like the bookend dominant dude. Like, take him in the second. Go for it. Go get fuck face in the second round. I think.
We're at fuck face, White.
Can you imagine if I wasn't sober too? Where's my fake beard?
Oh.
All right, Buccaneers are on the clock. Let's see them crush my dream.
Do you want to know or no?
You know who's picking? Just on a side note, you know who's picking Cooper? That's left on this board.
Mitch Moore, somebody
Baltimore.
played tackle.
They
Also
say
kicked
that's
in
defensive.
No.
Just tackle this last year.
Kyle Hamilton.
Really strong hands. Once he lands his hands, the records.
Could you imagine a defense with Hamilton and Cooper next to each other at safety?
That's, I mean, they didn't need a safety when they picked Hamilton.
Getting out of space. Remember, outstanding.
He was like number 5. Wasn't
He was supposed to be. And I was screaming for them, trap, you sons of bitches.
What if
Best player in the draft.
what if San Francisco picks Cooper? What are you gonna do?
I can't entertain that right now.
Yeah, he did go 14. You're right. Exactly.
It was just like Derwin James when I was screaming for them to trade up for him.
Yeah, I didn't. I was halfway on with Derwin, but I wasn't like as in it as you were.
I mean, they can remedy this by taking Bull Bishop in the second. It'll help a little.
So weird thing about the
This motherfucker
Packers.
better be a Pro Bowler in like year 2. And other than that,
Weird thing about the Packers in the second. I could completely see them taking Jonathan Brooks and just redshirting on the IR.
redshirt everybody. You know.
They don't like playing rookies. You got to get used to that.
Yeah, but in a
They
second
play a
round, you have to have a
lot of
guy that
rookies.
at least you can factor into your plans this year. Like,
They barely played finesse. They played Quay his rookie year because they had to. They barely played wide his rookie year.
They played a lot of rookies
In the
last year.
2024 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Darius Robinson, defensive tackle.
Now you want to talk about
He had a
going
promise
deep.
here. He had a promise here.
this makes sense. I mean, edge rusher, like, okay. But a swing tackle in the fucking top 25? Come on, man.
I don't think he's a swing though. I think he's a swing right now. Did we figure out how old he was? Because I think I want to say he was in the like the top 6 or so for youngest players, and oh no, he's 22. 22 in August. So he'll be 23 in August.
I don't get it. It doesn't match their
888, 880 pass blocking attempts, 31 pressures, 3 sacks.
He does
In the pack. In the pack.
he
The pack,
does-
whatever the number is.
He does match their height, weight.
6'5".
He was in the threat. Remember the spreadsheet I sent you?
Yeah.
The Excel. He was in that. He was
He's
green,
basically the same as Barden in terms of height weight.
but 2 years older.
And then the other thing that stings, all those guys fell to just above, like right below you, Mitchell, like 2 picks ahead of you, and that's who we fucking end up with.
I won't argue that I don't think we could have gotten him. I think we could have gotten him late. We could have traded back, but it takes 2 to trade back.
Well, just if he's there at 41, great.
I don't believe he's going to be there.
I think the odds of him, a guy like him being at 41 are much better than a guy, a playmaker, being available to you at 25 like that.
Right. It depends on the grade that the team has, though, right? We're going off of PFF.
Yeah.
I mean,
We haven't done the research. We haven't watched the tape. We haven't done the workout. We haven't done the interview.
But
we haven't seen the medical.
have you seen anything else?
You weren't at the combine.
Person saying, "Oh, this guy, look for him." Like,
Jordan Morgan was mocked in the first round.
There was multiple Packers bloggers that mocked him to Green Bay.
I'm mocking Brian Gutekunst right now for being a turd.
You get your Iowa guy.
That's right.
Yeah, just wait till he picks 2 wide receivers in the 6th round that just tear up the league this year.
All right. So going forward, obviously, let the
Ooh, it's a trade. Oh, not Packers though.
Buffalo trade.
Yeah, Buffalo traded Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm going spoilers. I don't give a shit anymore.
So the 27th pick is in for, or no, the 27th pick is in. Buffalo did trade the 28th pick
to Kansas City. All right, so the pick is in, the pick is done, and hindsight is hindsight. Whatever it may be, we can all reserve our judgment to the players that we wanted, but we have to appreciate the players that we do have. So from the line perspective, right? He doesn't play this. He's your swing, right?
Unless he plays right guard.
No, but Sean Ryan played really fucking well.
But they didn't like I don't think they liked Sean Ryan the way he played. Anytime they got a shot to put in Runyon, they put in Runyon. There have been there have been NFL teams that have played guard that calls the offensive the scheme.
Yeah,
so it's
protections.
possible that Tom drops inside the guard, calls the protections, and Morgan can play right tackle to prepare Tom to play the center the next year. But I don't think they're going to be able to afford Tom.
No, they can afford a lot, to be honest.
Well, it depends on what they sign Love to.
But you don't sign Dillard a week before the draft.
Well, they signed him to literal the lowest contract you can sign. There's
I know,
no
but you
guarantee
don't sign somebody that started 16 games or 14 games or whatever he did. You don't sign a starting level player.
Oh, cool. Jordan Morgan has short arms. Awesome.
Yeah, so did Balaga and Bakhtiari. They have a type. That's why I like when everybody kept saying Guyton and Mims, like screaming from the mountaintops. These are not gonna happen. Guyton and Mims are just not.
It's kind of funny when you think about it. Both of the backup tackles in Green Bay right now are 1st round picks, and the starting tackles are 4th and 7th round picks.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
funny is one word to describe that.
Assuming that they're going to play Morgan as a backup tackle.
Maybe he gets snaps. Maybe they do. You don't say Zach Tom is a Hall of Fame center for no reason. You just don't. You don't do that because that gives him leverage in contract negotiations. It gives him.
I'm surprised by this trade, by the way. So Kansas City got number 28, 133, and 248 for 32.95 and 221. The fact that it's Buffalo, like helping you out, I don't know. It seems pretty cheap to me to move up. When you move back, 133 from 98.
You gave up a top 100.
You gave
up a day 2. First, second, and third are the players you expect to play. 4 through 7 are crapshoots.
And this draft has depends on who you talk to. It's somewhere between 18 and 20 blue chip dudes, blue chip top tier dudes, and then the gap between 21 and like 100 is
You're doing
basically non-existent.
You're doing spoilers, but so you probably know who's already picked. But
I haven't seen it yet.
Kansas City's picking Cooper Jean to replace Tyrann Mathieu, who was in their defense for how many years?
To be a receiver. McConkey, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't seen yet either. I'm on my feed that's a little bit ahead of you guys, so it's not in yet for me. So
Nothing on Twitter X.
Twitrex?
Twixer.
Twitrex. This has to be. I don't know why you would come up. And
I mean, they just showed a graphic about the whole drop thing that they have, so that makes you think that that's where it's going as far as receiver, but nothing's official yet.
Has to be.
All right, here comes the commish. Or some other people that are going to talk for 7 minutes.
Wow, that really cleared out after the Detroit pick, huh? There's like 40 people there now.
This has to be a receiver.
I'm telling you, look at how fucking geek
Ross,
Goodell looks.
so I'm not going to make a show. Ross Uglum said, I can't believe the Packers took the Pac-12 offensive tackle that fits literally everything they do over the super project offensive tackle from Oklahoma.
Host of last year's draft. The NFL is proud to support the life-changing wishes that Make-A-Wish grants.
He's fucking plowed.
Requested by a
He
young
is
man
gone, man.
by the name of Justin Laverne, who was diagnosed with renal failure at age 15 and received a kidney
For a minute there, I thought that guy was LeVar Ball. The Mahomes jersey.
The commission is just toasted.
Trevor wants to know how I feel about the Packers pick.
Justin's love for football
I don't want to talk about it.
got him through those treatments. Please welcome Justin to the stage, whose wish is to announce the first round draft pick.
Oh my god!
Oh my God.
Somebody needed to step in. And
Oh,
be like,
this
"Rock."
guy.
By the way, just for the record, you know how Vegas knows everything? 5 hours ago, the Packers were minus 125 to take an offensive lineman. Just look at Vegas.
Wow.
I'll tell you everything you need to know.
I literally posted it like all day.
Yeah.
It was following.
City Chiefs. With the 28th pick in the 2024 NFL
I
Draft,
would have loved this guy as our pick.
Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs select Xavier Worthy.
Yep, receiver.
Have to be.
Or Mitchell. Either him or Mitchell.
Rashee Rice is going to jail. You got nobody else.
Yeah.
Going to jail now.
You're gonna turn to Kadarius Toney?
Yeah, Rashid Rice joining Henry Ruggs for the Prison League.
And he's joining the Chiefs.
Not the last record he breaks when you put him with Patrick Mahomes. Instant speed, that 4.21 all-time great in terms of that number. And watch how fast he is on a field of fast players at Alabama. This is the game that jumped out to me. The ability to get down the field, track the ball over your
I mean, when you
shoulder,
think of
almost
the
like
NFL players that have
but then
gone to
also
jail,
be able to run routes. This is where the
I think I could
Deshaun
pick a
Jackson
playoff team.
comparison and the Tank Dell comparison. Undersized, explosive players, but
Yeah,
they're also
probably.
excellent route
Or
runners.
I mean,
Worthy has the toughness. That
probably
shows
close
up
to
on
like
the ball.
murderers
It
too. You
also
could pick
shows
like a
up
Pro Bowl
as a
murderer.
returner. Don't forget
you have Vic, right? Vic's the best quarterback, right?
Steve Sarkisian. They are
You'd
very
have
close.
Rice,
You will know everything about this
Simpson.
into his building. I just think
I guess he
about
never
Yeah,
actually went to
OJ
jail.
Well, he did, but not for what he
Oh,
should
that's true. True. So it still counts. So you have
Yeah, Henry
OJ,
Ruggs.
Ruggs. I mean, the speed on that team is ridiculous.
Aaron Hernandez, a tight end.
Hernandez.
Going the all felon team.
Remember,
Would you throw
that's your five.
would you throw Plasko in there? Because didn't Plasko go to prison for a while?
You're five.
When OJ went to jail for like stealing back his shit, didn't he get sentenced to like 78 years in prison or something?
No, it was like 7, but he got paroled.
Well,
Or 12.
I feel like it was a lot more, but
Yeah,
you
parole.
could get but like he got the max sentence. It's like, damn, making up for lost time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so going forward, right? They solved
They solved the O line.
So O line is solved because you have a swing guy that can play multi positions
Or
and
a
you have-
guard to jump in for Ryan.
Right. So the only other offensive side that needs to be solved between the next 2 days is somebody behind Josh Jacobs, right?
Well, you got Dylan, who's
Yes.
You have Dylan, but yes.
And then
You-
you've
you need
got
somebody else.
Tyron Hill behind that, coming off an ACL.
You still need somebody else.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that the next
Like we said, like we did in our mock draft, though. I don't rule out them taking tight end.
I don't either, but I think it's going to be
The H-back tight end. So, like, if they
It's
want to
gonna
go
be,
with it early,
Barner, or it's going to be somebody that's
there is one early guy I could see them taking. That's
Theo Johnson.
no, Jajavian Sanders.
I don't think so. It's terrible. Tested fucking terrible. Yeah.
well, we just picked a stump at fucking offensive tackle, so you know,
Stump.
yeah. Arms. Oh shit, we don't have some.
Okay, my bad.
Cowboys select Tyler Guyton.
Thank you.
I do want to say this because I think it's important. It's really not, but if I had $1 billion, I would do exactly what Jerry Jones is doing with his life.
Oh sure. Be a GM of a team, like
buy a team,
to be the
GM it
for sure.
Learn how to do it.
I don't
Just-
think they're getting a team for $1 billion.
Well, fair.
Billion,
But I'm saying,
yeah,
like, he did get a team for much less than that. But I'm just saying, like, I would buy a team, learn how to GM it, no care.
I wouldn't even learn how to GM it. I would just do it.
I would just do it. I would totally trump it. I would trump
For
it.
sure.
I would just dictator the fuck out of it.
People could hate Jerry.
I mean, that's
all they
what
want,
Jerry
but yeah,
does.
you'd be doing the same damn thing.
And then, I mean, you wouldn't do this part. Me and him might do this part where we would just get drunk and talk about the team.
yeah, go to bars, talk random shit.
Romo was a miracle.
Yeah. Our quarterback's a pussy.
All right. So I don't think your boy's getting drafted
In the first round?
I don't think so.
I think he's going right here.
I don't think so.
Buffalo.
What, the Baltimore?
I don't.
They also need a wide receiver, but I don't know if they like get enough to take him.
Well, there's also a Donnie Mitchell.
AD Mitchell. I don't know that he's going round one.
Which ESPN has him as the 19th best player in the draft.
So according to PFF, PFF just put out a tweet. Evaluators are saying Jordan Morgan could play any position on the offensive line tomorrow.
In Goody we trust, right?
Has,
Right?
has to be.
You gonna switch to the real stuff?
I'm about to. Yeah, it's not going to do the trick. I might need something harder than a beer too.
I got vodka. We got a full bar over there.
Hey, bartend, Jacob needs a refill.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that you guys have like fully understand like the setup we're dealing with right now. I got a urinal 10 feet away from us.
It's like Embiid's in a walking boot tonight.
I
watched.
There's
some-
apparently there's some dirty play about him too
from the
tonight.
floor. Embiid tried to tackle somebody while they were midair.
Boy, when I look at Daniel
also-
Jeremiah's best available, I like all 5 of those top 5.
I like all 10 of them.
Wait,
9 out of 10.
I wouldn't like
I'll take
Wiggins.
McConkey off the board.
Wiggins is a little small.
I don't like Rake Straw.
He's slow.
He's small.
He's slow. Probably slotty.
He's slow for being small.
Yeah. He has the Randall Cobb thing going on. Small and slow. Cobb made it work. Yeah. So I just watched the play where Embiid not only did he try to tackle the guy, but he like tried to twist his ankle
Yeah,
too.
you pulled him down. Like fucking.
He has to get suspended.
Who won that, by the way, Jacob?
I think
Philly.
Philly did win, but
Okay.
Embiid walking boot after the game, and apparently he has
What
no
else did you know?
as well. So yeah,
Orlando won by 40.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Lakers.
Of course, now they're saying probably no Milton tomorrow either, so the Bucks not looking too good.
Yeah, what's new?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so Embiid tackles the guy. Well, first, when he went down, he tried to trip Anunoby with his left foot. Then, as Mitchell's going up for a dunk, he pulls him down, twists his ankle, and then throws him off of him. Like, he has to get suspended for this. If this was Draymond Green,
Or here's the thing. Will they suspend him, or they say, well, we're suspending you for injury thing? Like, that's the thing. It's like, will they cover up the injury? You know what I'm saying? Like, just if he's in a walking boot, they might not, and just be like, that's your injury.
I don't know. I think they have to, whether it's lip service or whatever, but
Yeah.
All right, here we. Jake Soul is about to depart his body.
my body.
The Baltimore Ravens select Nate Wiggins.
Ooh.
So now, if he falls to 41, and they don't take him, I'm going fucking
No,
nuclear.
I think no, he's gonna be he's gonna go in that 30
New
to
England.
33.
He's going to go in that 33 to 37.
Carolina's got
range.
2 picks. Yeah.
Or do you think, or Buffalo could take him too? Because they just cut a lot of their defensive players.
Buffalo needs skill. No, Buffalo's not. They did lose Tre'Davious White, but Buffalo
And
needs
Micah Hyde, right?
so bad.
And Micah
And
Hyde.
Micah Hyde,
So
another
bad.
great comp for Cooper's Micah Hyde.
Buffalo literally has nobody to throw to.
Who
Dalton Kincaid.
Who did
That's it.
Arizona take with their second first?
Like
Like 2 picks ago.
I'll get it for you. Shauna, maybe?
I don't think so.
Darius Robinson.
Oh, edge rusher.
Or does I heard that Niners are shipping or shopping around Debo or so I wonder if that would be a trade that they'd make with Buffalo potentially. I mean, not right now, but just in
Buffalo
theory.
can't afford that because they gotta hand out money. Buffalo's up against a cap.
Depends how much dead money San Francisco has to eat.
Yeah, but you still gotta hand out new money.
Yeah.
Because they won't be going after Higgins either. Then if that's the money case
No,
too.
they wouldn't be able to. No, they wouldn't
Right.
be able to do it. Buffalo's one of the teams that are in cap hell.
Mhm.
Just ate a shit ton of money, dead money for the Diggs deal.
I will say they probably got better off getting rid of Diggs. He seemed like a clubhouse cancer.
Yeah, I think when
I disagree. He was their best offensive player.
I think when you have a weak, Josh Allen is great from a talent standpoint, but when you have a weak leader, you can't let these situations happen like what happened in Buffalo.
Mhm.
It happened in Minnesota to some degree too.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like the last 2 years, Diggs just disappeared in the second half of the season. So whether that be
He's
scheme last
outscoring
year.
guy. You have to be able to personality manage that kind of stuff. If you're gonna lead people, you have to deal with all kinds of personalities.
Yeah.
And the alpha and kind of dominate personality, you have to be able to manage that.
Yeah. And McDermott got into some heat for how he
They're
tried motivating.
and they weren't meeting expectations.
Not even close.
Not even close. They didn't even get there. So
I think there's going to be some things that happen between how this ends tonight. Yeah, I do got Paw Patrol. We should do a fucking podcast of all the fun shit I have in my basement. There's going to be some things that happen between now and the end of this draft, and then tomorrow leading up to the time that the clock starts. I don't see there's any way. Has anybody ever actually picked 33? 33 usually gets traded like every fucking
Well, you don't think Carolina has to. They didn't have a
Traded
first round.
back into 33 and picked 33. That's when they picked Kevin King.
I'm going to guarantee or at least feel confident that
Carolina's going
to trade out of 33. Because Carolina does not have a ton of ammo. And they have a ton of teams that have holes. Carolina has probably the most in all of the NFL.
So I did hear a rumor that Carolina was considering trading 33 for Brandon Ayuk.
Why would San Francisco? Why? They want. We
They
got
need
a
out-
first and a second for Devontae.
They need out of one of the wide receivers.
Yeah. That's why I heard they were shopping Debo because they wanted to sign Ayuk longer.
Yeah, Debo sending Debo out costs you more dead money. Sending Ayuk out costs you less dead money because of the
contract status.
Well, I would say I just saw there was that scenario thrown out there. Even though, yeah, it's dead money, but
It's pretty cool to use a urinal in someone's home.
I have one.
I know. I just used it.
I also have a sauna in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
hey, he's one step ahead of Wrigley Field for using that.
Your rage.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're gonna redo that bathroom next year. I think I'm gonna
Replace the tub with a shower.
I think we're gonna redo this whole thing next year.
So San Francisco is on the clock. Feels like they're really milking these last few picks for the coverage and the.
I think Carolina trades out at 33. I'm gonna be.
Don't they have like 800 picks in this draft?
No, they don't. They don't. I don't believe Carolina does.
You'd think they would have gotten more when they traded McCaffrey and they traded, you think they would have gotten some more for that when they did
I
that
think they already made the McCaffrey picks, though.
last year. Oh,
Yeah.
but it's like, I mean, they traded like their big stars away the last couple of years. You'd think they'd have more accumulated.
You know, so they're going to have the Brian Burns picks. They'll have the Brian Burns picks, but I think those are next year. You could probably get, there's going to still be a bunch of people with round one grades. That are not going to be, the blue chip, the 5-star, whatever kind of analogy you want to use.
With the 31st pick in the 2024 NFL draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver.
Not surprising. Not surprising.
Do take a receiver, and it's Ricky Pearsall.
So there goes
Ayuk.
Yeah, there goes Ayuk. Ayuk is probably really. I saw it. In CrossFit. Yeah. Shocking that he went ahead of AD Mitchell.
Yeah.
But Pearsall is
even like
Pearsall is really freaking good.
Xavier Leggett.
Yeah, that's probably it for Ayuk. That's hedging your bets.
All right, so Carolina. How did Carolina get it to number 30?
They just traded up.
Oh, they did.
Yep. 5th year, they swapped to Buffalo. Buffalo was at 32.
We should.
Yeah, Carolina moved up.
So, are we really going to end up with 11 picks in this draft?
I think so.
It seems nuts. Where are you going to fit 11 rookies on this squad?
I don't think your boy's going round one, buddy.
If not, he's going away. Baylor Buffalo tomorrow.
I think it's probably more Arizona than Buffalo.
Yeah, he ain't making it to 41. That's for sure.
No, but there's a lot on the board. I would have done that trade.
Easily. That's nothing.
60 picks to move a pick.
That is nothing. Okay. See what happens. Let's see. All right, final pick. Any predictions here? Carolina could go
They need
billion
skill.
different ways.
Skill. It has to be skill. AD Mitchell, Leggett, McConkey. Somebody has to catch passes from Bryce Young. Somebody.
There's still a need.
I don't even know who would you consider tight end two in this draft.
But what about the center position?
Tavian,
You guys have two guys that
Leo
are sitting there,
Johnson.
Jackson Powers, Johnson, Zach Frazier. Because you
Yeah,
said, Joel made the point earlier, with a shorter quarterback, this is the Drew Brees formula. This is what the Saints did with those big guards that they had.
I was gonna say, they'd probably go
You
whole
shore
line.
up the middle for that. You got to do everything possible.
Jackson
to get
Powers
Bryce Young
Johnson?
going.
Yeah,
Because he
Jason
was
Jay.
capital for last year. It's a brand new GM and Dan Morgan.
They got
Jackson Powers Johnson
They took
is a really good
I
player.
can
Frazier
I
is just like the epitome of mean and
Wanted
leverage with
wanted.
that wrestling background, but
It was a top 10
the
pick.
value is actually in the wide receiver position because of the sheer number, like you were talking about, of available players.
I can see McConkey here.
Watching them last year.
McConkey would
I
make
would watch that tape every
fuck
week
ton of
because obviously I was invested with the grade that I gave him. And I'm watching this going, I don't know if this guy's
Route
any
running
shot
savant.
whatsoever. The pressure they're under, the lack of separation down the field, it needs a lot of help.
Inconsistency on the staff, as Frank Reich was calling plays, gave it up, took it back. But you know what's really strange about last year? One of the great oddities of last year, he and CJ Stroud went head-to-head on ball game. Houston came to Carolina. Houston had the year, went to the playoffs. Carolina abysmal. Carolina won the game. Bryce Young outplayed CJ Stroud on that particular Sunday. The one anomaly of the year, and how it went for CJ Stroud.
All right, before we make this selection here, before this selection is made, I would just
They pay a ton of money to run this one too.
just be patient for Bryce Young. Because if you put some people around him, you go back to see the player that played at Alabama. This guy can play.
Yeah,
the
they need
position.
a
You
receiver.
just gotta give him help. Well, if I'm Bryce Young, you're in Charlotte here, and you're taking this in, and they draft a defensive player. I'm driving up to the mountains in Boone, North Carolina, and I'm trying to find some solitude because this dude needs a lot of help. He's going to need some therapy if they don't give him some help. It's this pick right here.
It's right. Be hanging out with your mascot, Yosef.
Yeah, I was going to say, come on up. That's right in your territory over there. That's his spot.
We're about to, and by the way, I am now impervious to all
I know,
avalanches
it's over.
mentions. It's
It's
over. You had a nice run. Okay, it's a tremendous run. It was a tremendous run, but
You used to look at me and win.
I did because you called the first team in the history of the Big Ten Network. It was that. Both you guys, you hold nothing over me. Just so you understand that. And I don't hear about 200,000 of my friends right behind me.
Well, thanks. I'll just get, but while he's on this, with the Michigan here,
On this, yes.
Richie and I were watching the Rose Bowl together.
Yes,
We were actually sitting kind of near each other at the Rose Bowl.
Were there
How
tears?
do you do?
Were there
Oh,
tears?
how do you do?
How about Rich?
Oh,
Come on, Stoney. Trot your ass out there.
All right, so here's the last pick of the first
There
round.
goes
It
another
belongs to the team that once upon a time, the first pick of this
Leggett?
first round, but the Bears kind of took it. Here's the Panthers wrapping up the night.
The Buffalo Bills have traded the 32nd pick to the Carolina Panthers. With the 32nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Xavier Leggett, wide receiver, South Carolina.
How does he not learn how to say the names?
Honest days.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's Xavier Leggett, South Carolina, to the Carolina Panthers. Ends the first round. I'm going to end my sorrow and my misery right now.
Is
Might log in tomorrow.
Is Darren?
I think Darren is ready to go to sleep. Oh, you're still muted. I feel bad. We lost Darren.
So
All
much
right.
work to get him back.
Maybe we'll log in tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you guys followed along with us, Gooter, you can totally redeem yourself. Just got to move up a few picks there, buddy.
Or, you know, the guy just plays better than anybody that was picked after him. Like every other year.
Yeah. Anyways, go Pack, go.